Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome into another Forward Progress live NFL watch along. It's Monday Night Football, Christmas night, possibly a preview of the Super Bowl between the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens right here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, powered by the Hammer Betting Network and presented, as always, by Pinnacle Sportsbook. I appreciate all of the nails who are already in here. Merry Christmas, everyone. If you don't celebrate, happy holidays to you and yours. Hope everyone had a great few days, some relaxation, some time with the family, good food, interesting football takes. We'll get to that over the course of the show. I want to hear from people, maybe a little bit later on, but what were some of the craziest football takes you heard this weekend or this week from your friends and family at the dinner table? Because I certainly heard some. I got producer Jason behind the scenes tonight with me, a.k.a. Porn Guy. He'll step up and in. There he is, wearing his Ravens jersey. Somehow his jersey for every team in the NFL. Got a Ravens jersey there, evidently, as well. Talk a little bit about the football games from earlier today with everyone out there as well over the course of the broadcast. In the first quarter, I'm joined by the Irish sensation, Aiden O'Sullivan. AOS. Sully, previously of Matchbook, now doing his own thing as well. He will join me early on here, now doing the Brad and Sully's NFL Bets podcast, which you can check out as well. That's Q1. Q2, Kirk Evans, fellow Torontonian. You might have seen him do some stuff with me on the Circles Off YouTube channel. Great NBA bettor. We'll chat a little bit NFL. Second half, unfortunately. You know, Moretto, my director of content, Alex Moretto, he really knows how to get me fired up. Naturally, the Cowboys lose yesterday to the Dolphins. Of course, he books G-Stack George, the biggest Dolphins homer on the planet, for the entirety of the second half. Don't really know what we're going to talk about, but he'll be here for the second half. I'll remind everyone, smash that like button down below. Before we get into it, if you're new here, I don't know why you would be. It's Christmas night, but if you are, stick around. Let other people know if you enjoy the content. And of course, subscribe here on Forward Progress. Let's get into the props for tonight. Now, ordinarily, you guys know how it is by now. We're like week 16 of the season. I try to structure props based around injured players. You know, stuff that's changed over the course of the week. With Baltimore, we don't really have any inactives. Zay Flowers is going to play. There's nothing new here. The biggest difference week to week, Keaton Mitchell is on IR. So you got Gus Edwards and Justice Hill in the backfield. We saw a lot of Patrick Ricard at fullback last week in terms of his overall snap count increasing when Keaton Mitchell went out. On the San Francisco side of things, offensively, Jawan Jennings is out. Interesting there. Kind of got an angle with that. On the defensive side of the ball, Eric Armstead out, Oren Burks out in the front seven. Couple of injuries. Because of that, I'm going to start with the game over in this game. And we're going to play just a half unit. 47. You know what? We're not going to play it. I still kind of like it, but now that it's gotten off 47, maybe we'll look for a better spot in game to play this. I do like the matchup for both quarterbacks. Just quickly, I'll speak to that really quickly. But Lamar Jackson, if you look at his success rate against cover 3 and cover 4 this year, it's very high. It's 52% or greater against both those types of defenses. He's going to face a lot of these kinds of looks. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. The 49ers play that 76% of the time overall. So I think it's a good stylistic matchup for him. He struggles to move the ball against man defenses, which is counterintuitive to being a mobile quarterback, but that's been his MO. Purdy, matchup proof, in my opinion. The Ravens play a lot of cover 1 and cover 4 relative to league average. Look at Purdy's EPA numbers against those defenses. 0.58 EPA per play, 0.51 EPA per play 54% success rate, 62% success rate. I think that we're going to get a high-scoring game tonight. No thoughts on the side, Nathan. Subjectively, I'm kind of hoping the Ravens score first. We'll look at what the updated prices look like in market on the 49ers at that point and see if there's a way to play it. But if the Ravens get the ball first, go down the field and score, I don't think that teaches us anything about the game. That's a scripted drive, and we might be able to get a discounted price on the 49ers, who I think are miles ahead of everyone right now in the league. All right, props. Let's get to it really quickly because we only have 9 minutes here. I've been talking my ass off to start the show. Let's start with the Baltimore backfield. Okay? I'm going to play both Gus Edwards and Justice Hill over on receiving yards for $50 each, a half unit each. So Gus Edwards, 5.5 receiving yards, very widely available right now. And Justice Hill on receiving yards here, Jason, which is at 7.5, widely available. And I'm good with any of these numbers on the board. And we're going to go $50 on each. And the reason why is that you look at the point spread of the game with San Fran being a 6.5 point favorite at Pinnacle right now. The expectation is San Fran is going to be leading for a lot of this game. And when San Fran gets out ahead, they tend to play very soft and they give up a lot underneath. If you look at the 49ers defense this year, there's a reason that they've given up so many targets and receptions and receiving yards to opposing running backs. And that's because they lead a lot. And when they get into those types of leads, they just prevent the big play. That opens things up underneath. Keep Mitchell out. I'd expect a pretty heavy dose of these two guys in the backfield over the course of the game. And with the pressure that the 49ers can bring as well, I expect opportunity here, even in the form of some design screens. Yes, Patrick Ricard is going to vulture, some touches in the backfield at the fullback position. But overall, I like both of these in the passing game. On the other side of things, I talked about Jawan Jennings being injured. Jawan Jennings, the third receiver for the 49ers. Now, if we look at snap counts for Jawan Jennings, he's not on the field a ton, but since the bye week in week 9, when Debo and Brandon Ayuk have been healthy, he's roughly on the field about 35 to 40% of the time per game. With him out, you'll see those snaps go to a couple different guys, one being Ronnie Bell, one being Chris Conley. But I like Ronnie Bell here just to basically make a catch in the game. Ronnie Bell, receiving yards, priced at a half right now, half at plus money. Now, you have to look for it. It's not super widely available. Pinnacle has it. There's widely available prices for some out there as well. But again, we're going to go a half unit here, $50 on Ronnie Bell to make a catch, who I expect to get roughly, if I had to guess, 20 snaps today. I think that's a good look. Not really well priced in the market right now. Those are the main ones that I'm going to cover from a props perspective. It's, in my opinion, not a great props game because you don't see like a huge shakeup. I know of people who've played Deebo Samuel under on receptions. I know Odell Beckham got steamed to the under on receiving yards about half an hour before the show. Some money coming in there. I think all those numbers on those guys are fine. Where I'm looking is to just basically get a small output from guys who are priced to basically do nothing, like the Colby Parkinson type of bets. So we're going to have a rooting interest all game in seeing the Baltimore running backs catch balls and Ronnie Bell catch a ball for the 49ers. In the touchdown market, Ronnie Bell's the guy that's calling my name, generally speaking, just because there's a positive case for him. But I also really like the prices on both quarterbacks for first touchdown. Brock Purdy's not a super high scrambling guy. But at this price, 33-1, and honestly, anything above 30-1, I think is fine in this market. And we go to Lamar Jackson, who's going to be priced significantly less in the first touchdown market at 15-1. We need 12-1 or higher on him. I'm fine throwing $5 on each of those guys to score the first touchdown of the game and rooting for the quarterbacks here. For Ronnie Bell, we'll go anytime touchdown score, which you need 8-1 or higher. I guess technically plus 750 is slightly plus EV, but a very small bet. And we're going to go $5 as well. Small bet, throwing a dart on Ronnie Bell anytime touchdown. That's going to be it for the early props. If you do have access to a 47 in market on the total, I think that's a good bet. And it's not just me who thinks that it's a good bet. You obviously just compare that price to where the rest of the market is at right now, including Pinnacle, very sharp sports book. And I think you take that 47 to the over if you can. Let's do a quick recap, Jason, in the My Pick section. Ronnie Bell to score a touchdown. Brock Purdy, first TD. Lamar Jackson, first TD. Ronnie Bell to make a catch. Well, that's not true. Over half receiving yards. Not the same as a reception. Because you can't make one reception for -1 yard. That wouldn't work out. We need him over a half receiving yard. Ronnie Bell. Let's hope he gets a look. And then, again, these Baltimore running backs, we're looking for a game state here where San Fran is leading, maybe potentially by a couple touchdowns later in the game. But generally speaking, if San Fran is the front runner in the game, I think Gus Edwards, Justice Hill in the receiving yardage markets are genuinely solid plays. If you still have access to a 47 in market right now on the game total, I like the over at that price. But 47 is the cutoff. I don't want to recommend anyone go to 47.5 with 47 being a key number. There are some out there. They're few and far between. Bet earlier in the week. What else can I tell you? This is not new information for all of those nails who definitely watch my stuff over the course of the week. Wondering who's around tonight. I see a lot of familiar faces. Brinks is here. Nathan's here. Kevin, Anon, Lars, TK Stan, Howdy, Free 88. Producer Zach Phillips is around. Mike Montesano, 3OPMG. A lot of familiarity tonight. Everyone, appreciate you joining me here for this Christmas watch along. As a reminder, if you can smash that like button down below. We're up to 65 likes. That's far less than half of you who are watching right now. So take 2 seconds. Let's get us up over 100 right before we start this game. Tell YouTube, hey, there's some content going on here on Christmas night. You might want to serve this up to some other people who are watching the NFL games. That would go a long way. Smash that like button down below. All right. Before we get started here, I do want to bring on our guest. I mentioned last time you can check out his podcast, Brad and Sully's NFL Bets. Highly encourage you to do that wherever you get your podcasts. Earlier today, we saw one Aiden put in a lemon of a performance, if we're calling it out for what it is. Didn't complete a pass for over 2 hours of real game time. Did not complete a pass after the first quarter. But at the end of the day, gets the W for the Las Vegas Raiders, who had 205 total yards and upset the Chiefs at Arrowhead. That was AOC. But we welcome in AOS. Sully, how are things?
Good, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Everything go good with you? The holidays all good?
Holiday was good, mate, but I really appreciate the plug for the podcast, but we had our worst weekend on the podcast, so I'm just wondering, did we pick up any new listeners from your YouTube stream that came on and said, these guys absolutely don't know what they're talking about? Just one of those weekends, but I will say, prior to that, 40% ROI on my best bets player props this year. So I'm just going to put that out there. You know, fuck it, got it.
You know what,
Saving.
Sully? you've been in the content space for a while now, and either you got to be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
The in between doesn't matter, right? Like if I turn someone
Really
onto
doesn't.
your podcast and they review it, you make 4 picks, you go 2-2, they're probably not coming back. But you go 4-0,
No.
they'll probably come back. You go 0-4, they'll probably come back. So sometimes a bad weekend in early going is not so bad.
100%. Yeah. Just one of those things. Njoku, best bet, and Amari Cooper got all those catches. He literally, that whole target tree just went this way with Flacco. But I'm just loving the Browns at the moment. Just great watch. Rob, I'm really excited about this. Looking up Ronnie Bell, I backed him just at 8-1 pre-kick here as well. So let's go for it.
Fingers crossed.
I hope. Like, sorry, go for it. Yeah, you do your countdown. Yeah, cool.
I'll do the quick countdown. So play clock is at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and we got our first snap of the game, which is going to be a handoff here. So that should sync everyone. What's our gap looking like tonight, Sully?
I'm literally still on the return. I'll get added caveat. Yeah, he's gone out of the bone. So I'll add the caveat. I'm recording from my mother's house, so family home. So they're even further behind than I was the last night. So what are you gonna do?
So when you get together with your family, when you get together with your family in Ireland, and there's NFL on Christmas Day, like are you able to get away and watch any NFL? Do other people in your family also enjoy the NFL stuff, or is it just like you got to deal with it's the day of the year where you're together with family?
It's day of the year, Rob, but like it's important to kind of have the family time. But my brother's literally sitting 20 yards away from me here with a McCaffrey jersey on him, so we're here for the long run for this. But yeah, look, it's a family day, but it is a tricky one. You know that, like you got to do the family stuff, but football is football, and this game in particular, you just can't miss it.
Yeah, I have had Christmas lunch today at my in-laws. And missed a lot of the Chiefs game, but it was, I can't, you got your phones nowadays and you're checking in on all these key plays. I'm checking messages. People are like, what the hell's wrong with Mahomes? I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and a bit of a disaster. But now I get to settle in and watch this, as it looks like the Ravens are going to go 3-and-out here in the early going on their first possession. Not a great start for any Baltimore backers in the early going here.
Things getting settled in. I took total offensive yards as well for the match, full game. 710 I got. 710.5 took the over. Doing okay with those last couple of weeks. They're relatively well priced, but I find that sometimes the correlation doesn't really match up, in terms of projections. And I just think there's definitely splash plays with this 49ers offense. And I think the Ravens have to have that. I don't think they can get her plotting. And I do think there's potential weaknesses on the back end of the San Francisco secondary. So that's my kind of logic.
Is there like a particular, so like in North America, the touchdown score props have definitely taken over. In the sense that it's one of those, in a lot of cases, it's the lottery ticket, especially the first touchdown. You put down a little to get a lot. They're not necessarily the best bets. In fact, I would say if people generally avoided them, it'd be a good idea. But if you're trying to make the game more entertaining, I get it. But is there a specific type of prop for you, Sully, that like you love to bet just from the profitability point of view? Like some people are just attracted to certain markets and they just feel they have a feel on that, and that's where they go.
Yeah, like those ones, I've started to do a few of those in the last few weeks, just from, again, watching games and thinking that in terms of explosive plays, that there's going to be enough of them to kind of get you there. And again, to the under, some of those games in previous weeks with some bad quarterbacks, when they stick up a line of like 650 or something like that, you have two bad quarterbacks, I'm smashing unders here all day. And like, plenty of Carolina games with Bryce Young getting absolutely hammered, but then knowing that the Carolina defense is relatively decent, it's kind of middle of the pack, that they can hold the team down to a certain degree. So yeah, those ones. But I think for me, Rob, the player props is kind of where I look at in terms of matchups. I always just say this in our own pod: matchups. Look generally who's the right cornerback. Where does this guy, like CeeDee Lamb, for example, the Cowboys, he's in the slot. Who's the nickel back? Who, or will that cornerback come out to take him? You just try to build up a kind of an arsenal of knowledge. It doesn't always work, but I think going off my own record without making it sound like too much of a trumpet, like with the player props,
Right.
I'm doing relatively well this year, so I can back it up to a certain degree.
That's good. This second down play here, which you'll see shortly, was a bad throw by Purdy, but also looked like very, very clear pass interference on use check. Like the defender got there extremely early on the pass. I'm actually surprised in this day and age where they call seemingly
Yeah,
every piece of contact underneath that that they didn't call that one.
those under throws as well. Yeah, I just saw it there. Yeah.
Oh man, he was all over him on that
How's
one.
how's Christmas gone for you, Robbie? Did you go to your wife's place, or what did you do?
So it's very traditional what me and my wife do, but we do Christmas Eve at my mother's house, and it's very much I'm my parents are Catholic, or I'm Catholic family, so it's no
Yeah.
meat on Christmas Eve, so it's a seafood type of feast.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
My
old
mother's
school. That's proper old school.
yeah, it's great. We have a good
Yeah.
time. My mother's a huge fan of playing bingo for money as well. So we play some bingo. I bet the Patriots last night, had some Patriots money line. So we're sweating the end of that game together. It was a good time. But then it's a short turnaround because something about my mother, she refuses to open gifts on Christmas Eve. We did that one year and she's like, no, we're not doing this back. You got to come back in the morning to open gifts. So I'm up early. I'm there in the morning. Oh, we got a huge 49ers play. Huge play to Kittle. That's a big explosive play, Sully. To George Kittle right there.
Splash
play right there.
Yeah.
But so I get up early this morning. I'm back at my parents so that we can all open gifts. Then I got to go to my in-laws, which is not too far, luckily. But like the meal is enormous and it spans 5. We sit down to eat at 12 o'clock and we're done at 5. And it's course after course. So I'm just settling in now, trying to relax. I didn't get to nap or anything like that. Hopefully this game keeps me awake.
It should keep you awake. It's 1:23 a.m. here at the moment, so I think this will definitely keep me awake. I still haven't seen this Kittle play, by the way, so I think they'll be in the end zone by the time we get there.
One of my favorite things about, I was talking with my producer Jason about this off air before we even started, but one of my favorite things about Christmas Eve now is the family's getting bigger. So my sister's now married. My cousins have serious boyfriends and fiancés and whatever. And when there's football going on Christmas Eve, all the hot takes start coming out of the woodwork, right? And I'm just there and I'm like trying to sit there and not arguing. Like, I don't want to argue with people on Christmas Eve, but holy geez, the hot takes were running wild yesterday. Wow. Purdy just got picked off in the end zone. Wow.
Oh,
wow. Kyle Hamilton read it like a book.
These guys, the opinions, though, Rob, are they the types that kind of dip in and dip out of games, or are they kind of generally good fans that they see enough games?
Well, the thing is, like nowadays, I forgot how far removed I am from the fantasy football scene. I don't play fantasy football anymore because I don't have the time, like, nor do I care.
Yeah.
My friends are so competitive with fantasy football. They're waking up at 3:00 in the morning to do like free agency pickups. And, I don't want that. It's not worth my time. But the opinions are like so rooted in fantasy. This person is shit because they lost me this fantasy playoff game. And it's like, or, this person is, and it's disconnected from reality of football is kind of what I'm getting at.
Well, like, I think with the fantasy thing, so like FanDuel, DK, they obviously, that was their bread and butter going back to pre-PASPA stuff, right? So they love that element, the fact that they're able to cross those guys in from the fantasy element to get them betting SGPs and this kind of thing. I totally get what you're saying, but I've definitely come at it from the angle, just in my industry, obviously, we Bet Builder is our business and, selling this to different partners or whatever. But like, I've chatted to a few people and they reckon that fantasy was the ultimate, even in the UK, for getting people to the next stage of the the customer experience. So
it's what we call the gateway drug, right?
Yeah,
Once you get in there, I understand it, especially now as fantasy playoffs, like week 16 for some people, it's their finals or their semifinals, and you're so ingrained in that if you play a person that has like a bad game, they just cost you your whole season basically, and you're upset.
Yeah.
But the inability to separate fantasy football from whether or not this person is a good player or not will always, it always gets me. So anyways, I'm not a confrontational person. People might be surprised about that. So I just sit back and I absorb and, just
what I find fascinating about the fantasy element too, whatever about NFL, right? You've got the games, you've one game on Thursday, you have a game Sunday, Monday, whatever. Like people play fantasy baseball and fantasy basketball. It's like intense. Like where are they getting the time? It's absolutely nuts. And same Premier League over here. It's the same thing. It's just so many games.
The daily sports are even worse because then I can't even enjoy my nights. Like fantasy hockey, I go pick up basketball and a goalie gets hurt, and by the time I get back, and he gets scooped within like 30 seconds. The backup gets scooped within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I used to participate in like a season long daily fantasy league, which I thought was great because it was basically fantasy football, but rather than doing a draft at the beginning of the year, you just set, whether it was DraftKings, FanDuel, Yahoo, you set a lineup at the beginning of that week, and half of the pot went to that. Half of your money went towards that specific week. Half of your money went towards the season-long total. And you just get fresh players every single week. You get to actually handicap the games, essentially, and set a lineup. And I love doing that, but I'm surprised that never took off because like there's nothing worse than drafting players and they get injured and like your season is over. Your fantasy season's just done.
Totally. I was having this debate with some kind of slightly off topic, but I've been having this debate with a guy I used to work with about we're always trying to think of what do customers want, what do the user base want, and it's kind of come down to certain. There's a certain core that prices everything, and they will obviously gravitate towards Pinnacle, low margin product, tight margins, whatever else. And then there's the source that want choice. They literally want every frill in their SGP in terms of even, player props. They want to be able to do all the ladder plays, the whole lot. And I'm always trying to struggle with what's the most valuable kind of core. I don't know if you have any kind of thoughts on that, but yeah, because I'm having this back and forth with him because I used to be of the mind that price is everything, but then I've kind of come off it slightly with my new job, which obviously I have to because you have to get into that mindset. But this is a 1 a.m. ramble here, Rod. But
you guys, oh my goodness, what is Lamar Jackson doing?
What they got?
That's wow. This is a crazy play right now. I mean, I think this is going to be a safety. I think Lamar Jackson just took a snap from the Baltimore 20, dropped back all the way in his end zone, tripped on the referee, and tried to throw the ball away. This is the craziest safety you'll ever see in your life. Like he literally tripped over the referee trying to escape and tried to shovel it away. 2-0 start. I mean, that's a great play for the over because San Fran's going to start with a great field position after that. Insane.
I don't know. What way did this total get bet, Rob? What did it go off? 47?
47.5. So it did. I'm actually really. I thought that there was going to be. I actually thought there was going to be some under money on this game, despite me liking the over.
I thought too. Yeah.
Ooh, he stepped on the umpire's hand too. Tough one. I honestly feel bad for this ref. This ref is going to be like a meme for the next 3 years now. Like it is going to be, I'm not on Twitter at the moment, but I'm sure there's a million people tweeting about like fixed game and whatever. Like the guy just fell over his feet as players have been falling over their feet already in this game. Zay Flowers just tripped when he was wide open. Tough one. Tough break.
Which play-by-play, speaking Twitter, which play-by-play guy did you call out last week or last night mistakenly?
Oh my God.
Look back in the timelines. I laughed when I saw it, because I remember hearing that comment as well.
So I'll
When I was
tell
looking at the
I'll tell
numbers.
this full story, and I will tell it again at some point. Here's the tweet. Producer Jason got it up quickly. So I'm watching NFL Red Zone. Heineke takes a little bit of time to hit Bijan Robinson. Like, dude, all you got to do is stay in bounds. I tweet, I'm a big Andrew Catalon fan, but there's no way he just blamed Heineke for that incomplete pass. Bijan 100% at fault. Just absurd that he couldn't stay in bounds. Of course, at 2:33, Catalan responds saying, "I'm calling the Seahawks Titans game. Different game." I have so many thoughts on this. Okay, first and foremost, I tweeted this. I'm listening on Red Zone. I don't want to rewind on Red Zone because I want to stay in real time as much as possible. But I couldn't recognize the announcer, and I'm fairly decent at recognizing the announcers for games. I listen to You Bet or You Bet, which is a betting podcast here with a couple friends of mine, Nick and Ken.
Yeah.
And Nick, worked for CBS for a while. He's very in tune and he's passionate about announcing. So they play a lot of clips coming back from break. He says, great call by this person. And I've put 2 and 2 together over time. I couldn't recognize who this was. I did a quick Google search. Who was calling commentary team for Colts Falcons game? And I got Andrew Catalan as the thing. Now, little did I know that this was like a previously played game. I got something old or something like that. But so I tweeted that. Now, whatever. I'll own it. I don't delete the tweets. But I thought at the time it was him. This guy responded to me during a live NFL game. Like this, think about this for a second.
Did you tag it?
I did not tag him. He very clearly searched his own name on Twitter while he was doing an NFL. Like, think about, like, this is insane. Insanity. So, like, it caught a lot of steam. I don't care, whatever. But, like, I'm thinking about it after the fact. I'm like, this guy just searched his name during mid-game? Like, what's going on here?
Who was the play-by-play? Was Vilma on that game as well?
No, Vilma was a different game, which he was triggering me pretty heavily.
Yeah, because I saw that one too. Yeah, it was like,
well, Vilma sucks.
Like,
listen, there. The analytics conversation in sports is just like so played out because the word analytics has like a negative connotation to people, but in a lot of cases, it's not. It's just basic math. Right? Like basic math, right? I can't remember who the guy was yesterday that was freaking out that the Cardinals went for 2 points when they were down 4. It's like, dude, this is just basic math, right? But Vilma, he's like, he would never, ever, if we're up to him, he would never go for it on 4th down. It's the most frustrating thing ever, right? Like when the team could be down 14 in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes left and he put the points on the board, whatever, and he would get excited about that. So that was a different game, but it's nothing against Catalan. Like I think he's a great play-by-play guy, but it's just like, it was the weirdest thing ever that he actually responded to that tweet. Like really, really weird that he would do it during a live game. That's what I found absurd.
That is absurd. Yeah, you're doing a live broadcast. You're not just searching your name on Twitter.
I mean, Nathan, it could have been at halftime. I honestly don't know. But regardless, if I was working an NFL game, I would not be searching my name at halftime and responding to people on Twitter. That would not be, to each their own. It's fine. It was actually hilarious. I'm glad it happened. The absurdity of it, though, is a little too much.
But I presume that, like, whatever about that, they'll, like, even I know from doing podcasts, the very start, you would listen back and try to critique yourself and say, I could do a bit better there. I presume he does that with his play-by-play, or you have a producer that would say, you know what, you can improve in this area, you can improve in that area, whatever else. But to be looking at your name at halftime is a bit nuts, even if it was halftime.
So it was Adam Amon that was the play-by-play for Colts and Falcons. And like, I could never tell his voice. I wouldn't know who it was.
The guy I saw, we're talking a lot about commentators though, but Ian Eagle's son, is he Noah Eagle? He had what game did he? what game did he have the other night? Was a standalone? Was it Thursday Night Football? Or what? It was Saturday night. The first game, the Bengals and Steelers thing, and like I saw a few people, and I totally agree. This guy's a really good play-by-play guy, and I saw a few people on Twitter commenting, and then you've these idiots say, "Oh well, yeah, his dad is Iron Eagle," and you're like, well,
Yeah.
"Fuck it, yeah, fair enough." It did give him a leg up, but that doesn't really help if he's not any good. He's obviously really good at what he does.
Right.
He's a really good play-by-play guy.
Right. 4th and 1 here for the 49ers, and they at least have the offense on the field to go for it. They're at the 33. Shanahan back in the day would almost have certainly kicked this.
Yeah.
But he has changed his style a little bit. And Purdy took a huge sack on the play. There's a flag.
So Baltimore.
It could be a holding because it looks like the 49ers defense on the field. It could be a defensive holding. So we'll see here. Yeah, it is. It is. So they ran a play action, and it seemed like they probably had a shot, but so this is going to go on. Brad Dillon says Snead is in. I haven't seen Bell. We'll see how this plays out over the course of the game.
Yeah.
This is like by no means. I love these situations, but yeah, if Willie Snead is going to be the guy that gets a lot of that's not the guy I would have predicted. Just generally speaking, he's been healthy and in and out of practice squad.
Yeah, in terms of usage, though, in terms of usage, what you're going back without is Juwan Jennings, the other tight end. Like, I mean, you're just looking back on what he's done before, and that's all you can go off, like, unless you have information to say otherwise.
Yeah, and San Fran's pretty tight-lipped a lot of the time in terms of what their personnel is going to look like. But I mean, generally speaking, the people who have been in the chat, I call them the nails. The nails who've been in the chat for the entire year now, they know that this is where we like to attack and where we typically find some success. So,
what we forgot to price in there was the Willie Snead revenge game. That's the biggest thing here. The Willie Snead revenge game. Willie
Snead. You know what? You're right, Jason. What the hell happened to your Ravens jersey?
I was just about to ask. Yeah,
it's the Christian McCaffrey Stanford Rose Bowl jersey. I don't have a Niners jersey, so.
But you were wearing a Ravens jersey.
They played.
Was I?
Iowa. Iowa 5 touchdowns.
Yes, it was that nuts game. It's a great jersey. I don't have I got to get a Niners one. So, yeah.
I remember that game. Just I was in this bar in Cork City in Southern Ireland, and Stanford were laying 5.5, and I just said this is one of the best bets of all time. And, I just love when they do come off, because you do look good for a few minutes.
Yeah, and then
good times.
I have a question for you guys, just about I guess the MVP race here, because it's obviously Brock Purdy front runner here. How much does this game affect that MVP race here? Because it's two of the guys who are Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson, who are likely to win the award. Primetime game. If Purdy hasn't had a good first quarter, is there? No. Could we see a flippening here of if Lamar Jackson plays a great game and they win and the Ravens win? Is that something that could happen here, or is it just pretty much Purdy?
This is going to be okay. So this is a horrible throw by Purdy. I don't even know what happened here on 3rd down, but as the pocket was closing, so they're going to probably settle for a field goal here. But I honestly think the MVP race is as close to done as can be. This is my opinion. I know everybody's making different cases for different. Josh Allen picked up a lot of steam in the last couple of weeks for MVP. I mean, for half the year, we were talking about how Josh Allen was terrible. That was the market consensus on him. I don't think he's going to win MVP, even if the Bills get to the playoffs. And they're very unlikely to win the division now because the Dolphins. I don't think Tua's going to win MVP because I don't think he's the guy getting credit for a lot of what's going on there. It's a lot of Tyreek Hill, a lot of McDaniel.
Yeah.
If Lamar beats Purdy, that's going to help him. But when you put at the end of the day, people are going to look at these numbers and they're going to put them side by side, and they're going to be like, we're not going to give Lamar Jackson the MVP this season.
Fair.
Purdy's numbers are absurd. The only thing that's hurting him is that his name is Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
if this was anyone else that was a reputable quarterback already and had these numbers at quarterback this year, they'd be minus 2,000 to win right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Do you think some of that, Rob, is the fact that it's always been said about the Shanahan scheme that it's such a good scheme that you can kind of plug and play quarterbacks. That potentially that's gone against him in that sense, that he was just such good play callers and schemes and motions that it might just go against them.
It's a good point. So here, my whole thought process on this is that if Kyle Shanahan was live for a coach of the year and he was going to get votes for coach of the year, then I could see Purdy not getting votes. But because the coach of the year award for some reason seems to go to guys that are like, their teams were not expected to be good, and then all of a sudden they are, like Brian Daboll last year, right? Wins coach of the year. This year, if you look at the board, I mean, Dan Campbell's favored right now, but the guys that are up there are DeMeco Ryans, Shane Steichen, Kevin Stefanski. I would vote, if I had a vote for coach of the year, I'd give it to Kyle Shanahan. Honestly, I think he's done the best job of any coach this year, but I don't think that's the way that it's viewed by. Like, I don't think that there's something working against Purdy.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I get the argument. I mean, Nathan sums it up very nicely. I believe the exact same thing. All these awards are stupid. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more.
And there are those type of things that when we ultimately, they just give us the rage throughout the season when, like, who got coach of the year last year? And I think I was chatting to Drew Dinsick about this. Is he had good money on Sirianni.
Yep.
And like he probably should have got it, like in terms of where the Eagles were previous to that. Like I don't know. And you could just make the arguments. It's probably like basically putting people on tilt when they've had a bet, and it's a justifiable value bet, and it should be a winner. But and it's all subjective. So they're just stupid, but they're just great for conversation and keeping the narrative going throughout the season, aren't they?
Well, it's also like what the category is named. Like MVP is most valuable player. If we really wanted to define most valuable player, in my opinion, the definition of that is who's worth the most to the spread in the league. You take them out of the lineup, you put the backup in, how much does the spread change? And it's not Brock Purdy to Sam Darnold. Like, it's a substantial drop off, but it's not. Yeah. There would be several quarterbacks that would be ahead of him. However, as we've historically defined the award, it's basically the person who puts up the best numbers over the course of a season, and his numbers are off the charts good. Like, off the charts good, except his name is Brock Purdy, and that's what it comes down to.
Do you bet any of those, Rob, yourself? Pre-season, like anti-post bets? Yeah,
so now I'll preface this by saying I do have a Brock Purdy bet from the end of November. This does not affect my opinion on but I do have a Brock Purdy bet. It's not typically a market that I do bet. Again, I listen to Nick and Ken talk about this a lot, and I get so nauseated at the conversation, but every now and then I'll just take a quick look and I'm like, no, like, this doesn't make any sense to me. How can this guy have this price attached to him? And I'll bet it. But I just find like the weekly discourse to be a little bit too much.
Yeah. Everyone's kind of got a dog in the race too, don't they? To a certain degree. Yeah.
Well, that's it, right? Like, a lot of the conversations are geared towards what's going to help me win my bet. I believe this should be, the case, because guess what? I bet this person at 30-1. It's like I love the comeback player of the year award. Even this is the best one because there's like no definition of what this award is, right?
Yeah, that is the ultimate subjective. Yeah,
it's just like there's people on the board that just came back from being like a shit player. They didn't come back from anything. They were healthy last year. They were just terrible. And now, they're in the mix for, comeback player of the year. I get that.
Is that bet up during, because we see very few of these markets over here during the season. You see them preseason. But I remember Damar Hamlin, obviously, with the whole, he more or less died and came back and played. And he was like minus 500 over here. But I presume they don't keep that up during the season. That one?
They do. They do. So all the North American books will have that up. As of today, Damar Hamlin was like in the minus 400 to 500. Okay, so by definition, the comeback player of the year award is given to a player who shows perseverance in overcoming adversity in the form of not being in the NFL the previous year, a severe injury, or simply poor performance. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah. But like Joe Flacco is picking up steam.
Right now. Gotta be.
Yeah. But if I had an award, and a lot of this stuff is public, right? Like, the awarding, the award system is public. We know who people are going to have voted on at the end of the year. Who's not voting on the guy who died on the field last year? Right? Like, I hate to be that guy.
No, that's true.
But he died. They canceled the game because they could not revive him on the field, and they brought him to a hospital. If you recall that entire situation, like, people didn't know that night whether he was going to live.
Yeah.
He's in critical condition. And, like, I don't care that he's a special teams player and he's been not dressed for 3/4 of the year. Like, these are humans voting on it. These are people that have a heart and they care about what other people think about them as well. So to me,
that was a prime time game too, wasn't it?
It was. They canceled. It was like either Sunday night or Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of eyes on it. Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it's not necessarily, and that's the beauty of betting on these markets, right? It's not who deserves it. It's who are the voters going to vote for. And, like, yeah, that's tough. That's a tough situation.
How are Ravens doing here, Rob? Any splash for me?
We got a pass interference. We got a pass interference down the field, but that's it so far. They're on the San Fran 30 right now. Are the Ravens?
Nice.
If you guys were to introduce one award into like that's not an NFL award, if you were to introduce one, what would it be? Like, if you had the chance to, like, let's say Roger Goodell calls you up tomorrow, and you want to introduce an award, do you have one in your mind, or do you think they're just all stupid?
Best backup quarterback. I
love that. That's good.
Especially this year, because I think you can go around the houses with a few of these guys, and it could change so much week to week, because you'll see something one week and say, actually, this guy isn't awful, and then more teams get taping and you're like, oh no, he is awful. But, like, that'd be my one.
This is there's like a million flags.
There's 1,000 flags. Yeah,
there's just like I don't know what's going to get called here. There's flags everywhere.
Offsetting penalties, Rob. Just guaranteed.
They're all on the defense.
Who wins that award for you this year, Aiden? If you had to pick
best backup quarterback,
can you call Flacco backup
maybe
quarterback?
Flacco.
You can't really. Yeah, but
that's a good question. I think he should have had to be on the roster to start the season.
Okay,
I
like
that.
I like those rules. That's fair. Like, right? Tommy DeVito. No.
Well, I mean, he would constitute that, but, like, he shouldn't win, in my opinion. Wow, this would be a really tough one. I'm just trying to think of the teams as I go through my head here, because, like, a lot of the backup setups. Oh, it's got to be Gardner Minshew.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, in terms of longevity, because even like with Browning, he's only had 3 or 4 games as a starter.
Right.
Whereas Minshew, Richardson, what week did Richardson go? Like week 3,
3 to 5, I think, or something like that.
It was early in the year.
Early. Yeah. And he was.
And Minshew's a roller coaster too.
Between that
good,
time when you went
good Minshew, bad Minshew, and
yeah, definitely a roller coaster. But that's not a bad.
I think that's
one.
probably that's a good show.
I'm surprised Roger Goodell hasn't introduced the Commissioner of the Year award yet. Just get it handed to himself every single year. I want less awards, honestly.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I'm sure there's people who find this conversation as nauseating as I do, yet I can't stop talking about it for 20 minutes. Like, I don't want to have to talk about this stuff anymore, but I feel like I have to in a lot of cases. Like, is the All-Pro team not good enough? Is the All-Pro team not good enough for us?
Fair.
But how can it be good enough if the public vote for it, though, Rob, when you think about it?
Well, we got to figure out a way to not have the public vote for it.
Yeah.
Right.
No disrespect to the public, but, like, if you remember at the Soccer World Cup in 2022, the Man of the Match award was literally voted, and it's just absolute rubbish. It's complete bullshit.
I love the Formula One Driver of the Day awards as well. Max
Verstappen.
Yeah, Max Verstappen has a car that's like 2 seconds better than everyone else. Of course, he's going to leave everyone in the dust.
Yeah.
Back. Big third down, third and 8 here for the Ravens. They had there was a designed run for Lamar on that second down, which I was hoping would get there, but it wasn't. So it'll be 4th down here. This looks like field goal territory as well. Field goal units coming on. Is your plan, Sully, to watch the whole game tonight, or?
Oh yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
man, 100%. Yeah, look, there's no work tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after.
Now,
that,
so in
100%.
Ireland, you guys have the you have Boxing Day like Canada as well, right?
What's called St. Stephen's Day.
St. Stephen's, but is it the same type of style? So Boxing Day in Canada is like Black Friday almost in the US, whereas like everything's on sale.
Yes,
It's a
sales.
huge shopping day.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah, huge shopping day, huge sport day in terms of horse racing and Premier League, and it's huge for that. But yeah, no, big day for our industry. British books, Irish books, they do a lot of slips on St. Stephen's or Boxing Day. So yeah, no, it's a big one. One of the busier days of the year in terms of even like for horse racing. It's probably the busiest day of the year after Cheltenham races in March.
Yep.
So they'll be kept busy. I used to hate working it. Like when I was back trading and stuff, I used to hate working those days. But yeah, luckily with more of a commercial job, I get like teachers' holidays now. It's great. I'm not complaining.
In my late teens, I worked for like a sports equipment store, a retail store, and Boxing Day I would have to be up at like 5 o'clock to get in the store, everything set up. Doors open at like 7 a.m. The stuff I would see on those days was just like, people would stab another person in the back to be able to get like a tricycle for their kid on sale for $20. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's not much different here, Rob, where people like are leaving home at like 4 or 5 a.m. to queue outside the shop door, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, it's like you spent Christmas Day, one of the best days of the year for chilling your family. The least you could do is have a lie-in the next day after a day of just eating and drinking and doing whatever. It's just absolutely what to say, 30 quid on $30, €30 on a TV. Fuck off. Like, seriously.
And I kid you not, every single year, there was always one person that would come in and try to return a bunch of stuff on this day. And it's like, dude, I know you got this for Christmas yesterday and you don't want it. How about you not pick the busiest day of the year where like no stores allow returns, and then they put up the biggest stink in the middle of the store, cause a scene. You're not going to take, I drove half an hour. It's like, use some common sense, bud. Like, let's figure, like, wait maybe till January 4th.
The term common sense is exceptionally overrated, mate, because it isn't that common anymore, man. It's like, it should be something that we've renamed it. Common sense isn't common. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, retail, I wouldn't envy in that kind of situation.
I was not flipping used jock straps. I never really got that low in terms of my betting, but yeah, there was. I mean, listen, back in the day, definitely would get with the sales we got on some shoes and whatever stuff that was popular. It would not be uncommon to use your employee discounts to get the good stuff and then go sell it at a higher rate somewhere else. That's just called capitalism, is what that's called.
Retail arbitrage.
100%.
Yeah, retail, yeah. Or match betting. You guys don't get any match bettors. I see Profit Exchange do something similar, don't they? That basically there's a boost in FanDuel or DK or whatever, and they say, back it there, lay it there or whatever, yeah, and make 20 cents or whatever, or a dollar or two. I don't know if it'll ever take off over there, match betting.
It's not a big thing now, but we'll see how the market evolves. Right now, the fixation is on same game parlays, and it's just like that's you can't get away from that nowadays. That's what everyone wants to talk about.
It's good. I love a good baseball score, 5-3. So the Orioles and the Giants.
5-3. Yeah. What's just checking the live total? I'm not in too bad a shape. The live total still Pinnacle's 45.5 over -123. Yeah. So not too bad.
So what did you say? You got 46.5, or where are you at with the total?
46.5 and 47 plus 100 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people have asked. So are you wearing a Newcastle kit right there?
No. So that's used to be Newcastle's owner, Mike Ashley. They're owned by the Saudis now. This is actually Cork GA, so this is Gaelic Games. This is our own sport here in Ireland. So yeah, Cork is the biggest county in Ireland, but we're a bit. I'm just trying to think in terms of NFL. We're underachievers, biggest county, one of the biggest populations, but have not won too many titles in recent times. Trying to think of what the correlation would be.
I don't know if
Dallas, I think.
Oh, please don't go there. Don't go there. I don't know if I ever told you this story. We'll end on this, and then I'll let you go and watch the game in peace with me not spoiling everything for you. But I used to have a Guinness World Record in FIFA, which was, I think it was 2013 or 2014, the largest margin of victory against a computer opponent. So I had come across some guys setting world records in this. I was the best FIFA player at the office at the time, and people will come up to me and they're like, "You're way better than this guy. Why don't you try to do it?" And I did. I practiced a lot, but everyone would always pick like Barcelona or whatever. I'm like, I'm going to do this with my own favorite team, Juventus, which I did at the time. But I'm like, I got to pick a shit team to do this against, one that I could like dispossess the players with the ball. And I set the record with Juventus against Cork City. So that was my. Somewhere here I have the certificate against Cork. Yes, I beat them. I gotta double check what the actual, because
you're playing against postmen, and guys that worked in McDonald's.
The whole key was how quickly can you dispossess the other team right off, and how far can you consistently score from, because you can't take any time. Like I'm talking, I think the original record I set, I beat the computer, I believe it was 289 to nothing.
Jeez.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So that was a 40-minute game, I believe.
I would never have had you down for a FIFA guy, Rob. I would never have that. As long as I know you, I've never actually known that. Like, so
for a long time, I was so good, and now I'm scared to ever play again because I don't know how the game has evolved in like the last 5, and I don't want to be like average, because I was at the peak for a while.
Yeah, don't go back in, man. There's like these 12-year-olds in China that are literally just esports has just ruined it all.
If I was to search, there used to be a video. It's gone now. That because it used to be my previous company, The Score, where they made a big thing of it when I did this. But there was this kid that was talking shit to me online of like, this record's not going to hold and whatever. And it was like this 16-year-old Bulgarian kid that was just, and so this was the original one, like 189 or whatever. This guy was trash. Like I was watching this, I'm like, there's no way I will smoke this. But then this Bulgarian kid beat me, and then I beat him again, and then he beat me, and then I beat him again. And the highest I got to was 310 to nothing. And then I remember he set 314, and I'm like, I had a perfect run for like 310. I don't think I can do this. And I every time I practiced, Sully, it was like 2.5 hours to play a game. So I practiced 4 times a day. Like it, anyways, I'll leave it at that. But it was Cork City.
If esports were thinking that we mightn't even be doing this, you could be literally playing on a stream. Like literally Rob Pizzola and your own esports team. Yeah. Franchise.
If I was born 10 years later or 10 years earlier, I'd be retired. But instead, I was born in 1986, and I gotta work. If I was around in sports betting prior to the internet, oh my God, the killing I would have made. These guys are collecting incoming newspapers. Yeah. Michael Jordan is out tonight, and like no one has a fucking clue. The line stays the same the entire day. Yeah. Like imagine that kind of stuff. This. But anyways.
All right, buddy. Good chatting.
You, Scully.
Really enjoyed it, man. Thanks, buddy. Happy holidays, guys. Good chatting. See you there, guys. Bye-bye.
Everyone check out Sully's stuff. The best guy. I call a lot of people the best, but Sully might actually be right up there. Huge fan of his. If you're familiar with Brad Allen, who does some NFL stuff as well, a different Brad Allen than you might be thinking. But Brad and Sully's NFL bets, I would highly recommend checking that out. As Brock Purdy gets picked here, Baltimore defense showing up to play. Purdy MVP tickets, not looking too hot in prime time. Not looking too hot. I don't know how to segue that into the next guest. I can't say looking too hot. I can't say not looking too hot. There's just no real good segue for Kirk Evans here. But he's here.
Why can't you say looking too hot?
I'm very comfortable with my sexuality. I'm married or whatever, but it would felt a little bit awkward. I don't know how you would take that. I don't know how the people would take that. Just not.
Fair. That's fair.
I was in the content game before. I kind of did know how to do segues for a while, but that was a poor one. That was a really poor one.
I thought you did good. How are we doing?
You're doing. I'm doing okay, man. How about you? How did you enjoy your Christmas?
Yeah, well, I'm a Jew, so not too notable of a day, but I've been watching basketball for like 10 hours, so good to get a little football in.
Good basketball day, bad basketball day. Do you want to share any memorable experiences from NBA on Christmas Day?
Yeah, no, all good. It's been a good day, like nothing too crazy. I think my biggest bet's actually the Phoenix over, so that'll kind of determine if it's a good day, but we'll see this Philly game going on right now as well.
Yeah. I saw that. Man, I'm so out of touch with NBA. It's actually sad. I used to love betting the NBA, and now I just looked at the total. It's like 241.5. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? This ain't the NBA I remember. Old man Pizzola over here.
Insane.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I mean, just looking even at the final scores in these games pretty regularly, it's nuts. The people demand bets in the chat all the time. So, are we saying that the over is still playable in this game, or are we saying
no? It's actually gone past my number. I can't believe how high it's gone. Maybe because no Nurkic. I think there's some expectation that they go a bit of Durant at the 5. But I didn't expect it to get this high. This opened 232.5.
There's an Ontario stale 240.5 minus 120 right now that I can bet.
240.5? Yeah, 240.5 minus 120. If you can get that, that's definitely playable.
It might do damage to the longevity of this account, which is a great account, as you can imagine, when they're posting numbers like that. But
think about it. I feel like I know what site you're talking about, just based on what what site would offer that. Also, Cambia is offering 241, 1.88 also.
I don't like to plug other books because you know what? Pinnacle pays me, and I actually like to send players to Pinnacle because it's actually a good sports book and treats players fairly. But if you were to use BetStamp, you'd be able to find the price.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
388 is curious about the picture behind you.
Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Is there? Oh, you're just a big fan. There's no
additional story. No conditional story. I just like I love cooking. I love cooking shows. I love his all his shows are amazing. So big Bourdain fan.
So if I called you a good looking guy when I brought you in on the stream, looking great, and I said, Kirk, we're gonna do a date night, me and you, but you got to cook me a meal. What are you serving up on our first date?
I'm probably going, I don't know, this might be a bit of a cop-out, but a spicy vodka pasta.
Mm.
Just a classic.
Like a little Pinnacle vodka with some spice there.
Yeah. So I feel like a classic, a pretty easy dish. But I make it well, I do it good. Or I maybe would make a Asian, maybe a pad thai type of dish. Maybe a pad see ew, but that wouldn't be a first date because that I could fuck up and I don't want to, if it's a first date, I don't want to fuck that up.
Yeah, I hear you. No, it's interesting though, because those are very different styles of cuisine. So you actually know what you're doing. You're not just all, you're not all talk,
I'm decent. I wouldn't say I'm an amazing chef by any means, but I could I feel like cooking's kind of overratedly hard. If you have a recipe, it's kind of easy. Just depends on how much time you're willing to put in.
I'm very good at following recipes. I can do that. You give me a set of instructions, I'll follow it to a T. I'm not cutting out steps. I'm going to throw my wife under the bus. If she's watching, you can be really mad with me. But I'm not cutting out steps and being oh, I'm not doing this, substituting this ingredient because I don't want to get it. I'm going to follow to a T, and it'll come out. You'll never be able to say to me, that wasn't good because you didn't cook it right. That's that. But I don't have the creativity. One of my friends is a chef by trade. And, he could open up a fridge just see a bunch of shit. And he's like, I'm going to make this and whatever. And do like, I don't have that in me. I can't do that, which I wish I could.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to open up a fridge and like be able to make some great dish, but I can watch, like if I'm watching someone on YouTube make a dish, I'll be able to get the general logic that I won't have to like follow the step-by-step instructions of like, oh, I have to do it that X and then Y. Like I'll be able to just kind of figure it out by watching them do it.
I also it will also take me approximately 1.69 times the length that the recipe calls for due to my lack of skills in the kitchen. Like I never learned to cut or chop properly. I do have a nice knife, but I'm very scared of taking my fingertips off. And I don't want, again, like just living experiences, but probably once a month, I hear my wife yelling downstairs and she's like, get a Band-Aid, quick, Band-Aid. I'm like, here we go. I don't know how bad this is right now. One time I got down there, I saw her like running her finger underwater. I could see like bone. I'm like, I can't. Yeah, I can't go anywhere near this, but I wish I did. I wish I put a little bit more seriousness into it because it takes me too long. I get frustrated and then I'm like, why am I going to take an hour and a half to cook this? I can just order it, be here in half an hour. Stuff.
No, that's fair. But I don't know. There's something calming about cooking.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't. I'm in big trouble tonight anyway. So I'll just continue on with what I'm going with here. My wife was recently in Germany for she went with her cousin for like a week, and while she's away, I'm like, I'm going to cook all my meals. I'm just going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to figure out what I want to cook. I'm going to buy everything I want to cook. And I'm just going to make the stuff myself. And I did find it to be very relaxing and calming. Whereas my wife strictly has me, she's very regimented in meal planning, right? I'm diabetic. We do a lot of Mediterranean diet. She buys the stuff. Here's the recipes. Cook this. I can follow the instructions. But there was something about me being able to just try my own thing and cook my own thing that I found to be like very meditative almost. And the food wasn't like as good as it would have been if I had followed like a recipe, but it was very rewarding. Let's put it that way. It's really weird, but I enjoyed that week.
I also would say it's a pretty 4th and 1 coming up here.
Big fourth down, 4th and goal from the 1. I have Lamar Jackson first touchdown scorer of the game here.
We're really cheering against each other. I don't have much on this game, but I was a near lock to win my fantasy week, go into the finals, and I'm playing Lamar. I have CMC and Debo. I'm in good shape still, but I don't really want this to get hairy here.
We got Gus Edwards. We got Gus Edwards in here for the touchdown. Whatever. You know what? We were down at the 1 yard line with the first touchdown score in play. You know that there's a lot of times where he's going to hold the ball himself there on that RPO or just the option altogether. It does kind of hurt some other props as well because I'd rather Baltimore be trailing in the game, but for the over, this helps a lot that the Ravens are scoring early here. I believe we had a Justice Hill catch already. I'm pretty sure. I saw it when Sully was on. It was 6 yards, so we need another catch there. But it's all right. It's all right. Life's good.
Plenty of time left. A lot of things to happen.
Yeah. I'm recording a Q&A for Circles Off tomorrow with Johnny for our last episode of the year. By the way, if anyone out there in the chat actually wants betting questions answered, actually send them our way. You can just check out Circles Off HQ on Twitter, reply to one of those tweets. You can go to Circles Off on YouTube, on any of the videos, reply to one of those videos. You can send them to circlesoff@thehammer.bet. If you want to email, you can DM my account, the Hammer HQ account, Circles Off HQ account, whatever you want. If you have legitimate betting questions, ask them. But one of them, as I'm compiling, Kirk, for this week of like what we're going to go through, it's like the funniest question ever from a guy that's just like, yeah, why don't you guys just like do less episodes and don't have guys like George and Kirk Evans and Eric Eager on and just like only do the big interviews. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like,
Wow.
imagine asking that question. Why don't you guys like just don't listen? How about don't listen to the episode if you don't want the episode? Like, what are we doing here?
Also, to be like, I would say myself, I'm pretty small, but like Eric Eager, I feel like has like tens of thousands of followers on Twitter. He's a pretty big follower.
Eric is, first of all, Eric is great. I will not accept any slander about him. He's not the biggest bettor in the world, but he's very, like, in terms of football analysis, he's like 99th percentile out there. I don't know what anyone else could ask for. But like in the year 2023, it's like, yeah, why don't you just do like one episode every 2 weeks instead of an episode every week? It's like, well, why don't you just not listen to the other ones? Like, how is this affecting your life in any way?
Negative affecting him in any way for there to be more episodes. He doesn't want to go through the clutter, you know? It's too much to scroll.
Some of these guys, man, it's unreal. I can't wait to, I'm just compiling these questions and I'm reading this one. I'm like, this cannot even be a real question. I can't even imagine that this is a real question. Like, I get it. There are some A+.
The question.
He replied to a tweet. He replied to a tweet.
So at least it wasn't like an email. If it was an email submission, I'd be really concerned.
It's someone that I already had muted on Twitter, which I don't know why. I will say, I'm very petty when it comes to you. Like, if somebody responds to me, if they argue with me, I don't mind an argument. But when someone takes a personal shot or whatever, I just mute them. Like, I just never want to see that again in my life. So I actually oftentimes have to log into the Hammers Twitter account to pull the circles off questions because I only see like 5. All the responses are like from people that are muted, which is even more funny that they're just like constantly roasting me, but they still interact with the brand nonstop. I guess, I mean, I don't know, to each their own, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. I don't really care, but I found that question hilarious. And that he referenced, really, I believe he referenced you. I may have thrown Kirk Evans in there, but I'm pretty sure you were one of the 3 that he referenced.
Me, Eric Eager. I'll go up on that list any day of the week.
Yeah. And G Stack George, who's like honestly, I don't even want it. I know his source of income still remains unknown, does George's, but is that enough to hate on a guy? I don't know. I don't
People
really
don't
know.
like that. I clarified that in like my first 3 sentences on Circles Off.
I mean, it's too good, man. It's too good. 10-5 Ravens. Clock's counted. What's your play clock at right now?
Like CMC just got tackled. I'm definitely behind you.
Yeah. Okay.
And I knew what was going to happen too. I was like going streams and seeing like this. I'm on like Bell 5. I tested on this computer. It was slower, so I went on this computer. I think you've just got a fast stream.
I can hear you fine, but we're getting some complaints that your mic is a little low. I don't know if you want to.
Got you.
Yeah.
How about this? I just moved it closer to me. I was pretty far.
Okay. Yeah, you got to lean it. You got to lean into it, man.
I'm new to the mic game, so any criticism, constructive criticism, I'm right there.
In the chat, is that okay? That's better. We were getting that's better. That's good. You don't want to upset the nails. If there's one thing I learned about the nails, they don't forget, man. They're like elephants. They never forget, They never forget.
I'll be hearing about the quiet mic rest of my life.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. You'll never live that down. I mean, poor producer Jason, I don't even know how it started, but he watched like a porno once and he mentioned it, and now he's the porn guy.
That's not how it went. Jay, for some reason, I was actually going back through the comments and looking at it. One of the commenters here, Jay is his name. He called you and I forget who the guest was on, porn guys, and then no response. And then he called me a porn guy, and I took the bait. I'm like, why do I look like a guy who watches porn? And he's like, I don't know, you just do. And then now I'm the corn guy because we have to say corn for YouTube purposes. But
wow. And how long ago was that?
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. So
it's been like 3 weeks. Bad. Yeah, but that's him for
it's
for
gone
life now.
It's gone.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say like that was 3 years ago.
Could you imagine? Oh god.
We got another interception from Purdy here because this was an offensive penalty. So not great for the Purdy MVP. But good for the over again.
So what happens?
Kyle Hamilton, the second pick of the game.
Who goes to the favorite here? Lamar's kind of playing like shit. It's been fine, I guess. Purdy's been terrible.
I think the market, I don't know what these markets are going to do, because every time I look at the prices in these markets, I'm like, these don't make any sense. So forget about like the market altogether. I still think Purdy's the favorite, even if he loses this game, personally.
But 3 picks? What happens if he goes 4 or 5 picks?
I mean, they're going to get the 1 seed in the NFC. And like, who are they going to end their season against here? 49ers schedule. Commanders and Rams. Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
He's going to put up like 8 touchdowns in those games.
Yeah, but is he even going to play that last game? This could be his second last time out there.
That's a good point.
He's still minus 225 at DraftKings as I'm looking right now.
I'm sure I'll have G-Stack on in the second half here, and he's going to be going nuts. And like Tua MVP is live, like the biggest homer on the planet. I don't want to have that conversation. Oh my God, it's already in the chat. Look, I swear to God, I didn't even see this. Well, here we go. It's already there. I cannot even believe this. Wow.
So Purdy 1.95 or minus 105 at FanDuel right now, but still like under 1.5 at DraftKings.
Yeah, it's whatever.
But it's a bit of a weird, it's kind of like you said, like Purdy's 1.95, Lamar's 3.1, and then McCaffrey's 11-1. Like the hold on that market actually seems really tight. That kind of seems wrong. A 1.95, a 3.1, and then 11-1 for MVP, and it's a pretty rare tight market.
Here's something that's really that might be really dumb that I'm about to say, but I've been known for saying dumb things. I tweeted the wrong commentator yesterday, for Christ's sakes. Does this not shape up to be like a situation where it can actually work in Purdy's favor? Like, hear me out. Baltimore goes up 17-5 right now, and San Fran comes from behind to win the game. The early interceptions are going to be forgotten at that point.
Yeah, I don't know about forgotten, but I would agree that would be fine for Purdy MVP, but that's like pretty conditional. Right now, he's thrown 3 picks. He could keep playing pretty bad.
Sure, but that's how this game ends. I've seen it. I've seen the script. I've seen the Hollywood script.
Right? So you're saying
they want to suck you in?
Play.
Yeah, it's. Jeez, but Baltimore needs to score a touchdown here. I got the over in this game. I need these guys to stop squandering this field position. Don't know what these clowns are doing right now. What's the live total in this game right now? Pinnacle 49.5. Okay, I'm a little bit ahead. I'm a little bit ahead.
46.5.
Is that what it's at now?
No, I'm saying that's what you got. 46.5.
I would say I'm mostly at 47 plus 100. That's most of my price would be there.
Okay, so looking good.
So far, so good. I love to look at the live markets just to make myself feel better, you know? Exactly. Tell myself I got my money in good, you know? As long as at some point in the game, I got a good number. Yeah, I got my money in good. Got my money in good.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many ways to cope with a bet, you know? It's like the bet starts off really rough. You just think, okay, well, what are the odds that I win the bet and I'm ahead the whole game, you know?
Of course.
There's just an endless amount of ways to make it seem like you didn't deserve the loss.
Honestly, I could do probably 3-hour episode on all the tactics I use in my head to convince myself that everything's going to be fine. I think you kind of got to do that as a bettor. I used to be very, very negative. I'm much more positive than I used to be. What, like these passes? I say that like I'm a very, very negative. I'm much more positive as I watch the inability for these guys to complete. Was that 3 straight passes to Flowers? No, the first down was a run. Jesus, man.
I'm really not cheering with you when Lamar has the ball. I'm in for a 49ers touchdown right now.
Yeah. 49ers are still scoring. 49ers are still scoring like, what are they at now? 5? They'll get to 26 in this game. Can I rely on the Ravens to score? I don't know.
I feel like 10-5 as well. Good scoregami score here.
Yeah. We're
a lot of craziness you can have with 5.
I'd love to get I haven't been to the scoregami site in forever. It was very basic back in the day when I used to check it out. but they should have like a percentage likelihood. Like they should be simulating the game out and having a percentage likelihood of a scoregami. Do they have that? Like if we click, oh, they do.
Wow.
Oh,
I was going to say there's no way they had that.
This is incredible stuff. Wow. I almost want to invest in this site now.
Wait, what's the purple square up top there? Is that that's a score right now? And if it ended, it was a scoregami? 13-5?
That's the purple squares. If you click on a game, it goes to where the game would have landed. So for the in-play game right now, that's just the current score. And I think
that is a scoregami, right?
That is correct. That is a scoregami.
Wow. There's never been a 13-5. That
never
makes
been
sense.
a 13-5.
I've never seen a 13-5. Never seen it. 20-5 is not, I mean, is the most likely. The 49ers, if they end the game with 5 points, I don't know. What's a good thing to do? I'll do it. Like, we'll make one of those things. If you're in the stream at the end of the game and the 49ers have 5 points, I'll PayPal you a couple $100. There we go. That's what the content creators say.
Everyone in the stream or just one person?
No, I'm not going to do the entire stream. It's going to take me. First of all, if I did that, it's not. PayPal's going to flag that account after like 3 transactions. Like it ain't happening. And I need the PayPal account for some settlements. So no, someone in the chat, we'll pick them randomly. Anyone who chatted in the fourth quarter. That's it.
Okay. I like
you guys ever
I like that.
You ever seen go ahead.
Only if the 49ers end with 5, not if this is the final score.
Yeah, 5 points. If the 49ers end on 5 points.
Okay, nice.
What if the score is at least 42-5?
You're not hearing me, Jason. I don't know if you got
that counts. Then 49ers
the 49ers end the game with 5 points. This is the one stipulation.
Okay,
San Fran final equals 5. PayPal money sent to hammer or nail.
Fair. But I was going to say maybe that's like a bonus if it gets to 42-5 because then you get the over, right?
What the hell are you talking about right now?
Oh, I see what he's saying.
42
He's
to
saying
5
if it also hits the over.
It would hit the over as well.
If the score finishes 42-5.
Yes.
42
so I'm going to send extra money. Okay.
Because
I will send an additional. Here, I'll do 250. I'll do 500. I'll do 500 if the 49ers finish with 5 points. And if the Ravens score more than 42 or more, I will send an additional 500 on top of that. We've got this all cleared now. It's
gotcha.
We're all good.
To those who are saying it would push if you bet early, you would have gotten the 46.5.
Yeah, whatever. I'll still win some of the bet. It'll be fine. I would take if the 49ers are only going to score 5 points, I'm going to push it over. I'll send more money.
If anyone hits that, I definitely get like a 10% finder's fee there for that. No, like if that happens, just in the chat, just sending that out there. Anyways,
it's a fun game. We should just keep going with things that you would pay money to the chat for if it happens in this game.
I don't like offering free money. I like to make people work for it as well. Yeah, gotcha. You know what? I'm adding one more stipulation. I'm going to add
another stipulation or another rule?
No. Here's the only thing, okay, that I'm going to add to this. It's only going to get paid out if the stream ends at 200 likes or more.
Nice.
That's the only way.
That.
Okay? That's the only stipulation. We got to have 200 likes or more by the end of the stream, and it'll get paid out. So if you're at a Christmas celebration right now, guess what? Tell everyone at the table, open up your YouTube, go like this stream. And guess what? Tell them to subscribe too. Like, don't just tell them to like either. Tell them to subscribe. It goes a long way.
Rob, how many people in the chat do you think are simultaneously watching at a Christmas party right now?
I don't know. There'd be some real sick people if they did do that. Be some real sick.
You've got some.
You know what, Nathan?
Fans.
I'll tell you this, man. 500 for Purdy. No, I don't want to pay for Purdy interceptions. There is not 200 people watching on Christmas night. However, there are often times where we don't have 200 people concurrent watching, and we are able to pick up that amount of the likes. It happens. Over the course of the stream, there's going to be over 1,000 people that come in and out. You're telling me we can't get a fifth of the people to like it? It's a tragedy if we can't get that done. It's a tragedy.
An absolute tragedy. I agree. That's the only way to describe that.
In the second half tonight, I'm going to eat this miniature panettone. You ever had one of these before?
I'm not sure I know what a panettone is.
Yeah, you're not missing out on much. It's an Italian cake that people just love to regift to one another. I don't even know how to describe it, really. This one's interesting. Panettone with limoncello cream. It sounds better than most of the panettones that are regularly.
I feel like you're underselling. This sounds pretty good to me.
It depends. There's a lot of different styles of this. Now, this is a small one. So I hold out higher hope that this is going to be a little bit more moist than the large ones, which are a little on the drier side. They go nicely with coffee, but there's different styles. There's like a chocolate one, banger. The one that has the dried fruits in it, I would not feed that to my dog. That's the one.
Dried fruits in general, like in a cake. Come on,
dude. I ate at my in-laws today. I ate a cookie because I thought it was chocolate filling, and it turned out that it was like cranberries and raisins. And like once you go in, you can't just put you got to finish. You got
to finish the cookie.
But and that was a
oatmeal raisin or just like a cookie with raisins.
It just looked like a chocolate like a. It had something in it, I could tell, but I thought they were chocolate chips, and turned out they weren't. That was rough. That was a rough moment. Tough break. Bad bounce. Big time bad bounce right there. Big time bad bounce. Brock Purdy actually did make a really good play on that 2nd and 7. By the way, just got to point that out there because the Ravens missed. They snuffed out that screen pretty hard. And then CMC cut it upfield, and he hit him for like 6 yards. Yeah, it's kind of like a fruitcake. I don't know how to describe this, people. Like, I'm not gonna. No,
it's not like if the dried fruit ones are bad. It's not like a fruitcake at all, though. It's like it's not a pound cake. It's almost like it has like the consistency of like a challah. I want to say, right? Is that fair to say, Rob?
I don't know what the fuck.
But challah is not a cake, though.
No, I know it's not. But like, imagine like the consistency of challah where it's like bread, but it's in like a cake form, kind of. It's really good, Rob.
When I'm looking it up, it looks like French toast.
It does. If it tasted like French toast, I'd eat one every day. But it's
this is you get bad panettone. Then I'll tell you that for free, Rob. Because I at the Hammer Christmas party, I'm getting you one, and I'm gonna change the tune on it. Okay.
I could see this being dry.
I don't even know what a
panettone, but a panettone, like a good one.
You think I've never gotten a good panettone before? The range on these things is enormous.
Okay, fair. That's fair. That's a fair take. That's a fair take. Okay, good. It seems like you didn't really like. It's more of a mystery box then. If anything.
Run. Oh, come on, McCaffrey. Okay, we're inside the 10. Did it look like he pulled his groin or something there? I don't know. He started running a little bit weird. No worries, Jason. You can come on whenever you want. Just make sure you mute your computer in the background in case you got incognito up on the screen and are watching something you shouldn't be.
I just have to defend panettone because it's good. If you get it, if it's good, it's good, and it's also, as Kirk just said, it's actually really good as French toast next day. If you like leave it out for a bit, get it to get like a little hard on the outside, turning it into French toast is like insanely good.
Okay, there's like an Italian chocolate that's called Baccio. I don't know if you guys have ever had this before. Yes. Baccio, and there's a Baccio panettone, which is absurdly good. That's the 10 out of 10. McCaffrey's in, boys. Okay, we're cooking. I don't know why I didn't bet the 49ers.
Good work. Line. Wow. Everyone in the chat, though, loses the
F you to all the nails.
Down.
No free money. No free money tonight.
Oh, that's funny.
That was a great
this is the candy that Rob was talking
about.
Yeah,
this is
very good.
Well, this is Bacci. There's a Baccio as well. They're very similar. Yeah. I don't know the origin stories, but this is a classic Italian move, ripping off one chocolate and making. Yeah, these ones are what I was referring to here. I don't want to listen.
Company than the one you just showed. It's the exact.
I don't know if they're different companies.
No, one has an O. That's it.
Yeah,
but look at the wrapping. It's the same wrapping.
Like I said,
slightly different.
Kirk, this is how Italians work. They take one thing that's good, they modify it in the smallest way possible. Let's add another vowel at the end here. We got a completely different thing. They might be the same thing. I have no idea. But this panettone is unreal. They kicked the extra point. I don't know. I kind of like going for 2, generally speaking, when your offense is as good as the 49ers offense is. You know where you stand. That's my opinion on that. Back in the day, everyone's like, oh, you don't go for 2 this early. You're wasting points and whatever. It's like, you got amazing offense. You score 1 million points a game. Like, go.
I think it's an obvious go for 2 there, honestly.
Yeah.
Because what's the percentage going for 2 like conversion rate?
Honestly, it's lower than you would expect.
I would think like,
It depends.
Is it significantly lower than 50%?
I believe I don't have it up in front of me, and I don't want to run it because it's going to slow my computer down. But I think 44% this season.
Yeah, so the 49ers probably are like
the 49ers are way
48.
higher than that. Yes.
The 49ers, it could make sense for them to go for 2 every time. So they should always go for 2 if they have like any reason for it.
There's also like a correlation with red zone touchdown scoring percentage and 2-point conversions. It's not like super strong, but there's one there. And San Fran is number 1 in red zone touchdown percentage at 68.5%. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I would definitely think the 49ers should go for 2 in any situation where going for 2 is like somewhat more beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll end the panettone discussion on that is the GOAT of panettones, but there are some bad ones out there. You can't just look at and I'll do a live review of this one in the second half. Let me just make sure I'm not going to die by eating this entire thing. Serving size of 1 cake, 100 grams. It's a lot of carbs. I'm not going to lie. Carbs convert to sugar. Not great for diabetics, but I'll do it for the people. How did
it come to be that this is what you were doing in the second half? Like, did someone dare you to do this? Is it something that's like being talked about in the street? Because it doesn't seem like that bad of a punishment, you know?
No. This is I expect that this one with limoncello cream, that's probably tastes good. I honestly don't know where this came from. It was on my desk, and I didn't put it there, so I assume that my wife doesn't like anything limoncello. She's not gonna have that. So I assume she just put it on my desk. Like she got this gifted to her by, she does some tutoring. So maybe a client or something. I don't know the story behind this.
Got it.
But I came home, sat down.
It was like, I have to eat a whole panettone in the second half. Like that's like was something that was really like bad. But it's just you're going to have a nice dessert watching the second half of Niners Ravens.
Sure. Yeah, could be terrible. Could be very dry. We don't know. You'll never know. As long as it's not the candied, dried candy one, that one's an absolute disaster. This guy asked, do you like torrone? I had like a half of one today for lunch as well. It depends. Same thing. But very hit or miss. Very hit or miss on those.
I'm clearly not well versed in Italian desserts because I don't know bocce, I don't know panettone, I don't know.
Italians are not known for their desserts. Torrone, is there we go. Shot downfield from Ravens. Okay. Like I guess like what's the most popular Italian dessert? Tiramisu, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Gelato.
Yeah,
sure.
If that counts.
That's pretty big. Yeah. What are those? How am I forgetting the name of them? Like shell with white cream in the middle.
Cream puffs?
No, like hard outer shell. I think it's Italian.
Oh, cannelloni or cannoli. Oh my goodness,
cannoli.
Yeah, of course, cannoli. I was very confused by shell. I was thinking like turtle shell. Yeah, cannoli.
Tortellini.
I'm not. Cannoli is. You have to get the cannolis with ricotta in the middle. The ones that are just the cream, you might as well just throw those in the fucking dumpster behind your house.
Yeah.
Like those are. Send those back to wherever you got them. Yeah. Very partial with the things that I like. Tiramisu, Nathan says it's great. It is, but this is going to sound really, really weird the way that I say this. It depends on the wetness of the. I like when it's soaked in liquor. Like I like to taste. I need it to be. I want it wet, sopping.
I'm the corn guy, and I like the opposite. I need it hard, thick. Like that's what I need in my
girthy. You need a girthy.
Jason? Yeah. If the lady fingers are girthy, then it's perfect.
Then it's a good tiramisu.
Yes,
good to know.
You're not a KY jelly guy, I take it. You don't no lubrication for you.
No, as a great man once said, no Vaseline, right?
Oh man.
I think I'm on Jason's side here though.
Yeah.
Tiramisu, I don't think I want it like soaking wet. I think I want it kind of dry on the drier side.
I love it wet. I love it wet.
Clip that.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will already. What props are live for me? I mean, technically everything, but not really. Game script is not what I needed it to be. But I have both Baltimore running backs over on receiving yards, which is very small. And what else did I bet? I'm going to go through my accounts right now. Oh, yeah, I got Ronnie Bell to make a catch. I honestly have not seen Ronnie Bell on the field, which, I mean, would explain why he was priced the way that he was. Oh, man.
Should I know who Ronnie Bell is? Or what?
Yeah, there's no reason to. San Fran's third receiver, Jawan Jennings, was hurt today. And typically, earlier in the year, the third receiver that would replace him is Ray McLeod. He's on IR. So now, basically, San Fran has a bunch of other receivers. And I was betting that Ronnie Bell would get most of the snaps for them as a third receiver. So far, it looks like it was Willie Snead that's gotten the
Willie
reps.
Snead's still around, eh? I don't know if he's still in the league.
Yeah, porn guy, producer Jason did bring up the fact that it is a revenge game for Willie Snead against the game. Yeah, there could be a revenge game against. Let's test your trivia knowledge there, Jason. Against 4 teams, Willie Snead revenge game could be against 4 teams. 2 of them were last year, by the way. And I'm not counting the teams where he was practice squad. Teams where he was on the team.
So he's on the Niners. He was on the Ravens.
Yes.
Was he on?
But it wouldn't be a revenge game against his current team.
Yeah. Someone just cheated. Brings picks. I don't know. I wouldn't have gotten that one. But was he on the Dolphins last year?
No. Where's Brinks? Well, Saints is the obvious. You should get Saints.
I should have known that one. I honestly don't even know where he went.
I think I have 2. I think I had the Saints, and I think I have 1 more.
All right.
I'm cooked. Falcons? I don't know.
No.
I think it was on the Texans. No.
No.
Oh, God,
I guess we're playing the game where we just guess all the NFL
Guess
teams.
every team. All right. Doesn't seem like the chat has it either. Don't look it up if you're gonna. We already said New Orleans.
I thought the Dolphins was a good answer too. That I thought was right.
Yeah.
No.
No way. A non-13 is right here. It's the Chiefs. He was on the Chiefs.
No, he was not on the Chiefs. If he was on the Chiefs, I by the way, I don't have this up in front of me, so I can look like the asshole here right now. But I know for certain he was on 2 teams a couple years ago.
Okay, so we're getting some Arizona, some Steelers, some
no one's right.
Giants, Browns.
All right, I'll let you in on the. He was on the Raiders.
Okay.
In that same season, he got cut and he went to the Panthers. Those were the other Willie Sneads.
Would have never guessed.
I mean, like the Nails basically guessed like 24 teams in the NFL here and didn't get a single one right. Jesus. Come on, people. Come on, people. Oh, man.
Uneventful games with those teams, though. I'm just going through his box score right now. Very uneventful.
He was kind of good, though, no, on the Saints.
Yeah.
Decent.
I think.
I mean, he was fine.
I
don't think we could have ever called Willie Snead good.
Is he the type of receiver, though, that excels in like the Drew Brees short passing game kind of like offense, I guess? Is that why he like looked good for those first 3 years on New Orleans, maybe?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I think Pedro might be right, and people were confusing Willie Snead with L'Jarius Sneed, who also plays defense, does not play offense, which would be a hell of a confusion. But yeah,
listen, I've seen some worse trivia answers. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, seen a lot.
So another thing that as I do the show here, I actually intentionally don't like check my phone a whole lot. I close WhatsApp, I close Telegram. I like miss everything that happens in real time, but I love opening it up every once in a while to see what my betting partners are saying about the game as they're following, because it's hilarious. Like the amount of over is toast messages that came at some point in this game so far. Field goals are dumb. Over is toast. Like fuck yeah, a lot of fuck me in here as well. These are my favorites to come back to afterwards and revisit.
I'm honestly surprised. Like if people I bet with were messaging me mid-game, it would be the last time I ever bet with them.
We live and die on every play. It's a little bit different in the NFL than it is the NBA because that would be way too much. Like,
yeah, fair.
There's way more scoring events in the NBA, so you can't be messaging after every like you basically are a serial killer if you're messaging someone after every bucket.
Yeah,
you're the Francesco Greco of the NBA. Yeah,
Kirk, have you had any interactions with Francesco yet?
I have not. I'm not sure I know who Francesco is.
Okay, this is good. You want to keep it that way, my friend. I say my friend. Regards from Kleinberg right now. Yeah, you don't want to know. It's honestly better that you don't know. I don't even want to fill you in. The fact that I'm even talking to you right now and mentioning his name, he's going to find this video. It's going to be sent to him.
Give me at least a little bit of background. Like, who is he in, like, what realm? Is he like, does he work at BetStamp? Does he work at the Hammer?
Oh, no. So it started like 10 years ago where he was the guy that would Photoshop my head on famous images. And I thought it was like a friend of mine just playing like some sort of joke on me for years until we established that this was indeed a real person, a real Italian person. He did come to visit me in Toronto with his girlfriend. I took him up to the top of the CN Tower. I took him to Niagara Falls to go on Maid of the Mist. I brought him into my own home. It was very, very weird. But he is, I don't want to say he's moved off of me. He's still like a fan. But he's found some other people out there as well. Yeah, this is like how Captain America would be like if he was Canadian, according to AI. And this is his favorite tagline. He tags some people and he says that they can confirm and then posts regards from Italy. So, yes.
How was it hanging out with him?
Honestly, he was totally normal. Like entirely.
Totally normal. Cannot be totally normal.
I don't know if it was like the girlfriend where he had to like not be himself. I honestly don't know what happened to that girl. I've never heard about her again. So, I mean, that's concerning for one. She was very nice. Her name was Valentina. She seemed very, very nice. I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
If some random guy was putting pictures of me on random, like, famous events, I think the last two places I would take them are the top of the CN Tower and the Niagara Falls. Were you trying to get killed?
So I left out parts of this story, but I made him visit another one of my friends first along the way so that I could get some feedback as to whether or not this guy was normal. And my other friend, like, this was not me. I would not have done this, but he allowed him to stay in his home instead of getting a hotel. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't know how you want to do that. He's like, no, he seems okay or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't risk that. But he stayed with him for a week and didn't die. And that was enough for me, basically. That was enough for me.
You and your friends are much better people than me. I would invite this person anywhere near me.
Lost in the shuffle on this drive was that we did have a Justice Hill 2-yard reception to get him to 8 yards. So that's good. As long as we don't have another negative. Lamar just missed that throw, man, on 2nd and 16. God, Lamar. Come on, man. Come on.
Not to come in a little late here on this topic, but my favorite Francesco Greco tweet ever was when he photoshopped your face onto Lisa Ann's face and tweeted at Lisa Ann. And he didn't get a response, but the next day Lisa Ann blocked him. So that means she saw the tweet of your face photoshopped onto Lisa Ann's body, which was I think he deleted the tweet because I tried to look for it a couple times. I've never found it, but it's up there. Maybe I'll tweet at him and see if he still has it.
That would be your favorite one of his tweets, eh, Jason?
It's incredibly it's on brand of me. I know. Playing into it a little bit here, but no, I think it was actually hilarious. The step of going from here's the tweet of Lisa Ann's face, Rob Pizzola's face on Lisa Ann, and then to getting blocked was hilarious.
Tonight's commentary team is Buck and Aikman, right? Okay, Lamar Jackson just made an amazing scramble. If Chris Collinsworth saw this, he would have creamed in his jeans and he would have asked to see the replay like 78 times over, like he did last week. I'm just wondering how many replays we're going to see of this. This was pretty electric.
It was
pretty electric. Yeah.
Big for the over.
Yeah. surprised you knew
BMG
who
knows.
Lisa Ann was, Jason.
Yeah, I
Very
know.
surprised.
I think it's because she's doing betting content now. I think that's mostly the
Yes,
reason
of
why.
course. That must be where you know her from.
For sure.
Yeah, I know. Did she do something beforehand? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think she's like a famous Giants fan or something like that.
How is
Ryan, maybe, I don't know.
How has our guy Johnny Sins not done like anything where he's been a tout yet? He's done like doctor, military. He's done also. He's played all the roles, but he hasn't played the role of a tout just yet.
I feel like he wouldn't be a tout. I feel like he'd be a bookie.
Yeah,
or like
bookie.
I feel like he'd be a dealer, like at a casino.
Oh my god!
I've seen
You
one
just
where he's
wrote
a dealer
a very easy porn right there. It's the easiest script. Obviously,
I can't.
Obviously, someone lost a lot of money, and instead of paying off the debts via cash, they might have to pay it in other ways, in the form of some favors, sexual favors. Boom. They steal that. They might as well. They got to credit us with that.
They got to
Should
credit.
we DM Johnny? Tell him
We
got
should.
a perfect idea for him.
Jason knows his email directly.
Yeah, he's my doctor, actually.
He knows all about spreads. This is confirmed.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, man. We're going to get a field goal attempt here from Tucker. They show the graphic on screen that he is 105 of 105 in career field goal attempts under 30 yards.
He's for sure missing this one then.
No, it's going to go in. Got to have faith. Yeah, down the pipe. 16-12 at the half. All right. Good half for the over. Good half for the over. Kirk, appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at
fun.
all. Yeah.
I'll let you know. Porn talk than I was expecting.
You know what? It devolves when Jason is producing. When we have Jacob in here, doesn't happen. Zach, no. But Jason is the porn guy.
Got it.
It's just easy. All right. Anyways,
appreciate it.
Happy holidays to you. Even though you're not a Christmas guy.
Over.
Yes, thank you very much. Good luck with your NBA over tonight. Hopefully that over 1 million points gets there.
I hope so. All right. Have a good one. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Kirk Evans, everyone. If you want to check out more of Kirk Evans' stuff, he's part of our team here on the Hammer. He appears weekly on the Board NBA, our NBA division of the Hammer. Every single weekly podcast with him, gives us thoughts from around the league, plays a lot of futures, does give out picks for that specific day as well. Apologies, Anon. I thought about this going in. I thought it was going to be a family-friendly stream tonight. Apologies for all the discussion surrounding Jason's crooked ways. Jason, do we have the DVD bouncing with like, I'm going to take a piss and be right back? Because I consumed like a gallon of coffee before this show. And
yeah, we do have it, but you're not going to let me. You don't think I can control the chat for 5 minutes?
Take the stream. Take it over.
Okay. All right. I was waiting for this. All right, guys. You know what we're about to get into right now. It's the full-on talk. No, I'm just kidding. Let me know what you guys are playing for the second half here, because we should be getting second line half bets out or lines soon here. Pinnacle's looks like second half at Pinnacle is this right? This might be right. So I got plus 6.5 minus 108 over at Pinnacle, minus 6.5 minus 104 on the Niners here. Chat, what are we leaning towards? What do we like here? Like, for me, gut wise, I mean, the total at 24 seems pretty reasonable here. I would lean towards the over on this 24 here. What are you guys thinking? You let me know in the chat here. We're going to get George on here in a second. So, I mean, total's fine. Nathan saying put him in, coach. Oh yeah. George is here. If we can get to 100, and we're at 132 likes right now, 149 people watching live. If we can get 8 more likes, I'll bring George on right away, and we can talk about how good the Dolphins are, why we think Tua is going to win MVP, why Raheem Mostert would win Comeback Player of the Year. I don't know. I'm trying to think of as many awards as possible here. What would he come back from? I don't know. He's just been really good this year. We could also talk about how the Dolphins are probably going to win first in the AFC, especially maybe not with this Baltimore Ravens win, but incentive. William Craig is apparently a George hater here. But you know what? Just for that, William, I'm gonna bring on George right here. George, my man.
What's happening?
How's it going? I took over here. It's Mutiny on the Hammer HQ stream.
Good. Get rid of. We don't need Pizzola.
We don't need that Cowboys fan. Get him out of here. Oh, William Craig's a Cowboys fan. You can leave too. No, I'm just kidding, William.
I love you, William. It was a great game, and I hope we do it again in February.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm looking forward to that.
What the fuck is this?
An ambush, brother.
I thought we were bringing you on in the third quarter, man. It's still the half. I was hoping we had at least had another 5 minutes solo where I could just have to deal with this.
We have a lot to talk about, so I'm like, I need more time here.
Oh my God, here we go. It begins. What did I miss in this chat since I've been gone?
Oh, we were just talking about Tua potentially making a vault at MVP here with both Lamar and Brock Purdy not looking too hot. How he just kind of did so well against the Cowboys this past week, just dismantled that secondary.
Okay, here's what's going to happen in the second half of this game. I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen in the second half of this game, which is the 49ers are going to come back. And in the process, Brock Purdy is going to score 2, maybe 3 touchdowns along the way. And we're going to forget that he had these 3 interceptions in the first half. I'll forget.
The voters
George
don't forget, Rob. How many times have we seen a favorite week 16 shit his pants on primetime and be done?
You know what, George?
Tom Brady was what? Minus 450 going into the Saints Sunday nighter. Shits his pants. Gone. Aaron Rodgers, second MVP.
Do you think the 49ers are winning this game?
They should. They've been moving the ball really well. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I have the over, so I appreciate that the Ravens are at least doing their part.
Second half line at Pinnacle is 49ers minus 6.5. Totals 24.
So win by 3.
Yes. Now, it is skewed by the one big play to George Kittle, but the 49ers have 8.6 yards per play in the first half. Even if we strip that play out, it's still a pretty solid number for them overall. Like, turnovers have been the difference, right?
Yeah.
Ravens got the ball first, went 3 and out. Ah, man. Let me just quickly check the success rate numbers here before I make a stupid bet. But I'm about to make a stupid bet, I think, one way or another.
Click it.
Yeah? You're gonna refund me if it loses?
No, fuck no. No free rolls.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Success rate first half, 50%. 50%. 55% on rushing plays, 47% passing plays. You know what? I'm clicking it.
It looked like they moved the ball fairly easy, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't have the Barry horse market influence, so I don't think this is going to, completely change things. But I think 24 is fine, personally. Actually, you know what? This might be a way to play it. This might be the way to play it. Team total over. Let me pull up Penny here really quickly and look at the team total prices, because that I like. I'm not certain the D will hold up because Lamar is very susceptible. Like the 49ers are susceptible to, like, Lamar can pull this shit out of nowhere pretty regularly, right? But I'm dying to lose money in the second half, George. I don't know about you. I'm dying to lose money.
I don't know. I didn't come away from that with the Baltimore is the better team. They caught all the breaks in the first half.
That's where I'm at right now. It was like they pretty much got every break in that half, and they ended up 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to get a bet here. Total for second half. Maybe I'll go third quarter team total. It's -1. You know what? I like laying. I don't mind laying juice. I don't mind laying juice. Here's what I'm going to suggest, okay? I like San Fran, third quarter, team total over 6.5 at minus 174. It's an expensive price. Ask yourself this.
2 drives.
Yeah, you're probably going to get 2 drives in all likelihood.
Yeah.
Do you think,
Or if you only get 1, that means you probably went 8 minutes and probably scored.
okay, I just clicked it. I just moved the line. I'm sorry. Apologies, people. Had to do it. We're now at the minus 186. Back to minus 178. It's all over the place. But think about it like this. Minus 178 is 64% implied. So basically, you need this to happen 2/3 of the time for it to be a good bet. And line shop, do whatever you got to do. I know there might be some spots where it's cheaper. I'm not going to be able to get the bet size that I want where it's a little bit cheaper, but not a bad idea. That's the way I want to play it. And that's the way I'm going to do it. Alternatively, I could go 49ers team total over 27.5 at plus money right now as well. That's a little riskier.
Because you need 3 scores.
I'm good with the one bet. In some capacity, I want the 49ers in the second half. And I'm thinking the 49ers are going to score in the second half. That's basically what I'm getting at. And I'm just going to keep talking about the second half. Keep stalling here so that we can pretend. No.
Yesterday didn't.
Did I miss anything?
Jason, can you stand up? I haven't. You look like you're in shape, brother. I like what you're doing.
I think it's the jersey that fits well.
Yeah, the white really sculpts to your to your body there.
Yeah.
I just do a pose. All right.
That's a pretty sick Jake Scott jersey you got right there.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's the only other Dolphin to ever wear number 13.
Okay, fair.
Preceded Dangerous Dan Marino. Jake Scott. Trivia question. Maybe they'll be used next time on our HQ trivia.
Did that happen? I don't think I watched it. Who won the finals?
Next
the
week.
finals is January 5th. We're prolonging it a little bit. Let people have the holidays.
Give Jacob a break. Give him a breath there.
G-Stack, is there any reason you opted to go with nails with a Z?
That's not how they spell it?
No, I'm just curious if there was like any, and you thought that's the spelling like that, or not. Like, I'm not saying you don't know how to spell nails properly. It's just like we never really.
I thought we were
this out.
A cool slang on it, to show we're really hip and happening over here.
Okay, I get that, but I would if that's the case, and Jason can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think typically speaking, you would go multiple Z's or Z's if that's the case.
I'll tell you what it is, Rob. Do you remember the wrestler Nails? He didn't last long. He was a prisoner, and the storyline was the big boss man was his corrections officer and used to beat him. So he was coming back for revenge. Jason, if you can pull up Nails, that's probably what's drawing me here. You don't remember Nails, and they had the big God sounding voice on him when he was speaking.
Fuck, I watched so much wrestling and I don't remember Nails. Like, I remember Big Boss Man very clearly.
Yeah, his story, he didn't last long. He was like 6 months, but his whole story was that Big Boss Man used to abuse him as his correction officer, and he was coming back for revenge. I love the backstories in wrestling.
All right, here's what we're gonna do, because we have to settle this once and for all. There needs to be a poll that goes up. What is the preferred?
There's already a poll. Come on, you know that.
I actually don't know what poll was put up here without my approval, without the host's approval.
Are we nails or nails? And then I have one option as nails and the other option as nails.
There needs to be 3 options to this.
Okay, well, I'll have to take this one down. But nails with the Z is currently winning. But yes, I'll take it down.
There needs to be nails with an S, nails with a Z, or nails with 3 Zs. And for the US followers, those would be Zs. I did get coached.
You're just trying to split my vote here, Rob, on the Z. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
No. I have a preferred way. I'm not going to announce what that is because I don't want to influence the voters. But I have a preferred way. And maybe it's not with an S. Maybe it is. Who's going to know?
Can I say one thing about nails with 3 Zs? And it's off brand for me, but it sounds like a little too porny for me. Like 3 Zs. It's just like, I don't know. It's like a little too, you know what I mean? There's like some weird, like,
wow.
It sounds too porny for you.
Yeah, right. That's I know that's off brand, but
I mean, should we put a fourth option that's 3 S's just to balance it out? So that
I already
somebody
posted the poll. If do you want me to take it down and post another?
I mean, George is complaining already about.
Oh, Eric Chernoff caught on to your little scam too. He knows you're trying to split the vote.
Okay, Eric, all right. This is fine.
You're trying to Ross
Perot.
You're trying to Ross Perot the vote here, Rob. I know
we need a fourth option that includes 3 S's.
All right, Nails. You got to stick tight to these chats because I have to delete another one and repost it again.
Milf Hunter's asking if this is democratic or if this is staged. So here's the thing. Everybody does have an opinion or get a voice. But if I don't like the final answer, then I'm going to just change it regardless. So I'm just going to let people know that in advance. I am a dictator here at the Hammer. But you know what? Because I'm feeling great tonight, the holiday spirit, I'm in a good mood. You know, I went back and I've watched a lot of Cowboys and Dolphins. I saw a lot of flaws in the Dolphins game, a lot of bad calls. So everything that could have went wrong. I'm feeling a lot better today. I will stick with whatever goes final.
Why can't we just agree? It landed pretty close to the closing number. Both teams left some meat on the bone. Both teams got called for a bad pass roughing the passer. Christian Wilkins and Parsons.
Yeah, yes.
Let's just call it, you know, like Rob, I didn't upgrade or downgrade either team. I said, you know what? A game kind of happened pretty close to what was supposed to happen.
Oh, I personally upgraded the Dolphins. I mean, they beat one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, I had them very low to begin with. They had to be upgraded.
They've been my third power rated team for a while. So.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, listen, I put the caveat all year. I said, let's just get to December and judge us then. And here we are.
Have you ever had panettone before?
I've been gifted panettone. I've never eaten it. I re-gifted it.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to mock you for that. I think that's the Italian tradition, is they just cycle around in different households. I like to keep the ones that I think are good, which are like the Bacio chocolate ones. There's a few other.
I regift all desserts. I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't like chocolate. I'm like salty and savory. Like I've never opened a bag of chips, Rob, and resealed it. You know, they sell those things where you can reseal them. I don't know the concept of resealing chips, what that is. I go to the bottom of the bag, baby. But chocolate, dessert, I don't have a sweet tooth. I re-gift all of those.
I have these ready to go for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wanted Miss Vicky's honey Dijon. It's not my favorite Miss Vicky's flavor, but I like the honey Dijon.
There's no bad chip, Rob. There's like really good chips and then chips, right? Like even the bad chips you'll eat.
Yeah, I guess. I think that's pretty good. I'll complain. That's what I like to do naturally in life.
There's stuff that tires you out. Like Cheetos gets tiring after a while. I find sour cream and onion, like the taste.
No, here we go, Miss.
Yeah, there we go.
How did you find this so quick?
Okay, lime and black pepper is top tier.
Really?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
I was gonna say S tier is the sour, that one right there. Yeah,
I agree. I agreed. You have no argument there.
There's the salt and vinegar is good, but you it burns the lips, right?
At the top of the roof of my mouth gets like mush after.
Yeah. We're missing some flavors here. The new ones, right? There's like the spicy dill pickle one.
Yeah.
What is this dark green one? What is that dark green? Yeah, what's that?
Oh, that's the harvest cheddar. I never tried it, but it's
harvest cheddar and herbs.
It's supposed to like mirror the sun chips.
Yeah.
which I love sun chips, Rob. I don't know about you, but
I used to like sun chips a lot more than I do now, personally.
you know the party mix where you have like a pretzel and
Yeah.
sun chip. The joke is we eat all the sun chips and we say how come they didn't put any sun chips in here?
Is that the all dress you moved to the A there?
No, that's Applewood and
Applewood barbecue. Lower.
Do they
I'm a
make an
barbecue
all dressed?
That's-
I didn't know they make an all dressed.
No, they don't
No,
make all dressed.
the jalapeno ones are
Yeah.
a solid A in my opinion.
Yeah, those are very, very good.
Yes.
I did not like seeing the 49ers punt on this first possession. Not great. Not great. There's like a balsamic and like onion or something there.
Yeah. A?
You know what, man? There is no B and C tier with Miss
No.
Vicky's.
No,
There's an S, there's an A, and a did not try. If we're being original recipe, okay, maybe is a B tier.
yeah, you know what though, but it's nostalgic, right? Like it actually Salt and Vinegar is more than nostalgic brand for me.
Do they have
Yeah,
these in the US? Is Mixed Vicky's a US?
I hope we're not alienating like 90%.
Does anyone know what we?
people.
No, I think it's a Canadian thing.
Wow.
I didn't
That
know
is-
that.
Listen, we rarely get our food W's. This is
Yeah.
one of the rare Canadian food W's.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharky Love is saying it is in the US.
Oh, it is.
No
Okay.
ketchup chips in the US though.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I know that. There's no ketchup and chips in the US.
Well,
which
they have
honestly-
no all dressed either in the US, right?
Correct. All dressed is a Canadian thing as well.
It's crazy.
Correct.
All dressed my favorite. Like that's if you told me, George, you know, they found where the bodies are buried, you're on death row. What's your last meal and what's your bag of chips gonna be? Just give me classic all dressed Ruffles.
Really?
100%.
I mean, they're fine. I'm not gonna rag on them.
ketchup.
I expected more from you, George.
Why? What's your death row bag of chips?
It would be that blue Miss Vicky's bag, sour cream and
Yeah, but you're
whatever
thinking with your taste buds, Rob. I'm thinking of like nostalgia, right? You're gone, right? You got 1 day left before you're gone.
yeah.
I want to remember what it was like before the world corrupted me. You know, when I was a little kid eating all dressed chips
Yeah, then I would get a bag of hickory sticks then.
or Pringles.
That was your go-to, eh?
Ringolos, man. Those were
Oh,
the days.
I used
You
to
know what? I used to
Bugles.
put those Ringolos on these fingers and
I
just
did
eat
that
them
with
off.
I did that with Bugles. They were claws, and I would
Wow.
eat it.
Man, those bring back some great memories.
Yeah.
Bugles. I forgot Bugles existed.
Yeah, they don't. You can't even find them anymore.
Yeah, were those also a Canadian thing? Do we know?
Bugles?
If anyone in the chat can fill us in on this, Bugles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, this might be a very, very Canadian conversation.
I looked up the Bugles and it's a band apparently.
Bugles?
Yeah, maybe I spelt it wrong. spell it wrong.
What genre of music?
Looks like they're from like maybe the 50s,
Yeah, that's not going to be my.
70s. English new wave band formed in London in 1970.
Uh,
Hey, maybe AOS knows
Yeah,
about
maybe
these.
I'll ask Sully about them next time if he's a big Bugles fan.
See, this is why I love the nails. Look at Jack Hargraves. He's giving us
some good in-depth.
yeah, in early 1992. He's telling us nails an ex-convict.
This is good stuff here. This is good stuff.
You know, honestly, who's got to go down as the most underrated ever to be in the ring? Gold Dust.
He was classic.
Gold Dust just straight up kicking people in the nuts to get disqualified is an all-time
Like the whole
legendary move.
the whole camera going to yellow and like
Yeah.
slow moving camera. Marlena with the cigar over the
Yep.
top.
Oh, Marlena, I
His
forgot
move
about
was
her.
called Shattered Dreams.
Shattered Dreams, man. Who just caught that? Gus Edwards? Let's go, baby. Cash another one. 39 yards. That one's not going under. Okay, we got the RBs for the Ravens. We got
39
the RBs.
yards.
Yeah, why are you looking constipated there, Jason? Like it's
I
does that
made
affect you
a
in a negative way. You facing
No,
Gus Edwards?
no.
I assume
made a
you didn't make any fantasy football semifinals.
Oh, come on. I did. I'm in one. I lost one last
Was
week.
it a four-man pool? The one that you made the semis?
No. It's like the most home league of home leagues that like I like for like don't even check half the time. I just am that good at drafting. All right. No, I made a silly goose bet, and it obviously. Anyways, we don't have to get into it.
I get it. I'm also curious. We'll get off this topic soon enough, but I'm very curious in terms of Cheetos, whether you prefer the hard or the soft.
Hard. Soft socks.
Hard. There's no other answer on this. I'm sorry. If anyone in the chat,
Cheeto Puffs are the worst thing you'd get in Halloween from the chips.
let me know in the chat if you're gonna do that. If you're a pro soft guy or a pro hard guy. I like things hard. So
oh yeah. Let's go.
Nelson Aguilar, man.
all
know,
right.
he would. I rarely
Hall
do
and
this.
Oates your band. Hall and Oates your band. Anyone else like hard cheat or sorry soft? No, we're talking soft. No,
No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
I'm
It's just
kidding.
some opinions are very obviously wrong, like the soft Cheetos.
Oh, it's like peanut butter, right? Like there's two types of people: those who like crunchy and those who are psychopaths.
I prefer crunchy peanut butter, but it doesn't spread as nicely.
Yeah,
I do prefer crunchy.
yeah. Like, listen, couple holes in your slice didn't hurt.
You ever gotten actual peanut butter? Like not like the
With
peanut
the-
butter where the oil rises to
Yeah,
the
you
top,
have
and
to have to mix it. Yeah, yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't want to work
yeah.
for the peanut butter.
I actually
What's
like
going
that
on
one a
here?
lot.
Of course,
I'm a big fan of that one.
Are you a health nut, Jason?
Not really. Sometimes I go into like these phases, but
Or you just like the taste better?
yeah, I like. I there's just something about the. I don't know. I like that and almond, like real almond butter is like really, really good. That's like slightly different though than peanut butter, but I don't know. I'm a weird guy, like, apparently.
Did you
I
guys
love that
eat
we have a forum where we could talk about this stuff, because these have been questions that have been on my mind for a long time,
100%?
a real long time, and I'm sometimes scared to share my opinion on a lot of these things. Dude, what is this ripoff? Okay, I opened this box. Okay, this is not a panettone. I mean, it is. It's like a muffin, though. The fuck is this?
That's crazy.
This is not a
That's crazy.
standard. It's the same. From Saronno,
Comment
Italy.
52, I wish we had Trader Joe's in Canada. I've driven to Buffalo to buy stuff from Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
I had to go to Buffalo for another reason, but I bought Trader Joe's on the way
you were
back.
buying the chaws, right, in Buffalo. Was that you?
No,
That was
that's
you,
not me.
no?
No,
Doing the
I had
border
to-
crossing to get the Zin patch, the nicotine patch.
I'm not a nicotine guy. Guy.
Those things will make you like. I got.
I've heard.
I was packing heat.
You were a dipper.
Not the. I don't like the dip. I like the packets, the
Mm,
Zin packs. Because I don't want the mess and spitting into the cup and shit.
that was
But
gross.
those, oof, you get into like the 8 milligrams really quickly, and it's gonna mess you up. You haven't smoked cigarettes in a while.
the
stop.
only time I would do it is in the Sky Dome because they wouldn't let you smoke.
Yeah,
Or they wouldn't let you exit the building to smoke.
Yeah.
So it's like it was a perfect little solution.
sounds like you don't know the right people, George. I'll hook you up, man.
I'm not gonna lie, you Rob.
Section. I don't want to say the section because I don't want to get a certain person in trouble. But if you ask around, you'll find an answer.
Depending on how ignorant I get, I will often light a cigarette where I'm not supposed to. I have a record. Every wedding that I've ever been to, Rob, I have lit a cigarette in the hall and smoked it.
I like that. It's good. It's like a good good sign,
Classy.
good tradition.
Classy thing to do, George.
100%.
This thing smells amazing, man. I'm gonna eat this whole thing right now. Over the course of the second half, I need
Milf
the
Hunter's in the
49
chat.
to
Welcome
score
back,
some
Milf
points.
Hunter.
Milf Hunter, good to see you back, man. Hope you're having a happy holidays. Hope you're having.
I have a crazy cigarette story. I know some people who I don't want to expose them, but they go to TFC games. Whatever. That's do with that what you will. You can go to
Toronto
they
FC
like-
for the people who don't know.
Sure,
yet.
soccer games, football. If Fabian Summers
Football,
watching.
like I got the scarf right behind me right here at TFC. Classic.
So they go to the games and they buy a bunch of like really like they have season tickets, but they buy a bunch of cheap tickets like secondhand right before the game for their smoke breaks. So they leave, they spend like $5 on these tickets and they leave and they come back in and they leave and they come back in constantly just to go for a cigarette. It's a commitment to the bit, I guess.
I find I smoke a lot on vacation. Like
Was that the entire story? Sorry,
Yeah.
that was it?
That's been it. Yeah, that's not crazy, no?
What the fuck just happened? We got a fumble, interception. Wow.
That's yeah. Okay, his MVP is over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Brock is a pumpkin. First defense he played, he got fucking lit up. He sucks. Let's move on. Next week, Tua's gonna show you how to fucking beat a good defense through the air, baby. MVP incoming.
Wow. I mean, this is definitely like, yeah, now we're in real problem territory for Mr. Purdy.
Oh yeah,
That was a pretty ugly pass over the middle of the field there. All right. Pretty dry in the early going.
like let's look at it. Look, pull it back up, Jason. You had it going right there, man. You had the goods.
Oh, yeah, put it up.
Those good stats right there.
Oh, wow. Did Trent Williams strip the ball back here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, look, higher yards, higher completion percentage, better QB rating. Come on now.
You know what? Those are pretty good numbers, man.
Tua?
I mean,
Yeah, Tua's legit. If Tua's the 1 seed and we run the Dallas, Baltimore, Buffalo gauntlet, how is he not the MVP?
if Tua wins the MVP, they might as well just fold the league, George. Honestly.
What if we see like Rob, what you were saying earlier, where a comeback with San Fran here, but it's McCaffrey led? Does that like, do we ever see McCaffrey winning MVP, or is that just monkey lighting money on fire?
This is the 1 year you can make a case. But it's gonna be Tua. If we're the 1 seed, or like Lamar or Tua, whoever gets the 1 seed will win the MVP.
It's gonna come down to that. Is it week 18 game?
Yeah.
Week 18 between Lamar and Lions.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, Ravens and Dolphins
Next week.
Oh, it's next week. Okay.
Yeah. We won't have Jalen Waddle for it, looks like.
Yeah. Seems that's a high ankle sprain, from what I
You
understand.
know, Rob, every game, right? It's Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, Tyreek Hill, offensive lineman number 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 backup offensive linemen in the game yesterday, and Tua wasn't sacked until the second half of the game.
Yeah. Cowboys are scared to hit Tua because of the fake roughing the passer penalties.
Yeah, like Christian Wilkins, who blew up Zach Martin, like ate his fucking food, destroyed him, blew him up inside. We got a touchdown.
Zay Flowers TD.
Let's go.
Immediate.
So, Rob, I got a bone to pick with you about the Wednesday Best Bets show.
Before we do, I'll allow you in 1 second.
Yes.
This panettone, they're not paying me anything. I don't even know where this came from. I found it on my desk in my house. First bite's at the top. They could have put more of the limoncello cream into the top. Once you get to the middle of this thing, it's right up there with one of the best ones I ever had in my life.
What's the texture? Is it a sponge?
Yeah, it's soft.
Oh,
Very
I
soft.
love it. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite texture. A lot of give, but still structured, right? Doesn't just fall apart.
Are we still talking about food?
Yeah, it applies amongst many different things.
Yeah, no, really highly recommend. Okay, apologies, George. I was eating that and it was really good, and I get
You
very
were
easily distracted.
I was calling 2 MVP, and you weren't even fighting me.
You know what?
were in
Listen,
euphoria.
sometimes when you got someone who's not going to change their mind on anything because they're a massive homer,
Well,
you don't argue with them. You just give them the floor and you let them go.
I waited till week 15 to give the Dolphins out as a bet. That's pretty. Week 16. That's
Yes.
pretty fucking disciplined.
Okay. Air your grievances with the Best Bet show.
All right. Guy with no Twitter following pops up and says, "Hey, Pizzola, I don't believe you're a good bettor. I challenge you to a betting competition. 3 picks a week for 5 weeks to prove I'm better than you," right?
Yep.
And your answer is always like, no, it's not worth it. You don't gain any knowledge from a 3-game sample size and all the variance that comes with it. So what do we do on our Best Bet show? Rather than take a full sample size of like 4 or 5 bets that we hand out, we boil it down to 1 fucking best bet and the variance that comes. Because here's the reality, Rob. I'm going to go 4-0 on the leans that I gave out. The Cincy Pittsburgh over flew over. Detroit Minnesota flew over. This game over in Miami by the hair of their nose they covered.
Yep.
But I lost my best bet, so it's gonna read G-Stack 0-2 in best bets.
Yeah, I honestly,
next year
I totally get that, and I'm totally with you. But because I'm having a really good year,
yeah,
I'm not going to change anything.
I think.
However, you best believe if I started the year 0-3, 0-4, something like that, we would have been giving out 3 picks afterwards, 5 picks, hell, 10 picks. Pick every fucking game on the board to bring that sample size up. So I get it. Now let's talk this through, right?
Yeah.
Because the year's going to be done. We're not going to change anything at this point.
Yeah.
If we were going to change something on that show for next year, what do we do differently? Because we're going to get to that conversation soon.
More picks, because if you look at, I mean, the fact that everyone's over 50% on all picks given out.
Yep.
And like almost everyone's got a positive ROI. It's like, is that not the better indicator than, oh, this is my best bet just because?
Mm-hmm.
It should be something like minimum 3, maximum 5, right?
Yeah.
That's okay, I mean, Christoph. It's okay.
Look, to each their own. Listen, you're allowed to bet. At the end of the day, everyone goes and plays their own bets. You submit the bet into your own account. At the end of the day, it's your
100%.
bet.
100%.
George, you aired your grievance. I'm going to air my grievance with you now quickly.
Yeah.
You said you were 4-0 this week.
On leans.
I only see 3 leans in the sheet.
I gave away Cincy Pittsburgh on air.
Okay, fair.
I think Suma and Hitman split on Cincy Pittsburgh, and I said, no, I actually think the over is the play.
Okay, I do recall that.
Okay.
And then I explained to you why, like, both the defenses were not playing.
You're right. I do remember that. Just we need to stick to the sheet, guys, because I'm
not gonna make up the
no.
I made in hopes that you don't review the tape.
Hey. Hitman's been on my case this year for not reviewing the tape. I only got so much time in the day. I can't go back the next week and look back at the show and
listen.
I go off the sheet. The sheet is gospel.
The reason I'm bringing it up is I did well, because if I bombed the leans too, brother, I wouldn't even mention it.
You're not even mentioning it. It's good. Good thing is in the graphic it says G-Stack George in the leans, but in the best bets, it's just
you called the top totals. You went and edited my name because you didn't like how many totals I gave, and they went.
It's
3-0.
true. There you go. There you go. I couldn't think of a better name than Tommy. A T with Tommy. You're more of a Tommy than a Timmy. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Connor appreciate this. Connor understands that. The real ones watch the whole show. Now, granted, that's not going to be everyone. Because look at the Hitman gets on a weekly basis. The guy goes basically like 3-1 on the show every week, but the loss is always his best bet, and he takes it. Gets it from the nails.
There's a guy, Rob, who like 1 minute after Bills Chargers was final, fired off a comment and said, "Hey, great analysis, G-Stack." After the Bills don't cover, it's like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like you're sitting there hate watching and thinking about me. While that game's happening, just so you can log on and put the screws to me.
Oh, that's big time loser mentality, man. Big time loser mentality. Nothing worse than that. Nothing worse.
I could really use a San Fran touchdown.
That's what we call in the corn industry small dick energy.
Small dick energy. Yeah.
There's been 2 touchdowns and only 4 minutes has gone off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe they're still. I was expecting to look at the clock and it's very live at this moment. We just Purdy's got to avoid giving the ball to the other team is the real problem at this moment. The real problem. But yeah, very glad that it didn't go with the 6.5 San Fran second half and instead looked at some over stuff. But they are really struggling here. They are really struggling.
Well, Jason, can you pull up San Fran's schedule? I'm curious to see what kind of defenses they've been beating up on recently.
I'm gonna pull up my schedule adjusted numbers right now as well.
Because like outside of the Dallas win, how many other great defenses did they play? So Jacksonville, we've learned now that all our priors on their defense, Rob, remember when we admitted we were wrong about their defensive priors? No, we were right in a big way.
We were maybe right. Yeah.
Tampa, Seattle, Philly, Seattle, Zona. Yeah, this is the first real deep Cincy. Before that, Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota was the. It's been what, 2 months since Purdy's seen a real defense?
Correct. Interestingly enough, in terms of in terms of success rate, I have San Fran playing the easiest schedule of opposing defenses this year. In terms of EPA, the 4th easiest.
All right, let's sink this fucking MVP case for good. Today is the day on Christmas that Purdy gets put to rest as an MVP candidate.
Ravens is not the same deal. I know someone mentioned that. I have them 18th opposing defense in terms of success rate and EPA. Early in the year, they had a lot of things go their way, though, definitely.
Oh, yes, Devs. I want to definitely talk about how bad the Chiefs were today.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Mahomes had the happy feet today. Big time happy feet.
He literally this is the first game where it's like Mahomes kind of blew it for the team. He had a 2-play sequence where he literally fumbled the ball for 6, and then he threw the very next pass, underthrew an out route, which is a pick 6. Every time you underthrow the out route with air, that's pick 6.
He got to a point where he was like, dude was dancing around.
Didn't trust his first read, held on to it, dancing around, then the pressure collapsed.
I don't know if it's like a trust issue. I don't know what it is. But I'm sure they'll watch the tape back of that game. Like, he's got to get the ball out at some point or another. Like, you can't play every single snap like you're on the playground. And if, a lot of those overhead views of the plays were breaking down, he had guys open.
Yeah.
He just didn't see them. He didn't throw it. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Donovan Smith didn't play the game. And, like, Jawan Taylor has been the worst signing ever. Mm-hmm. Like, they let Orlando Brown go, and he went for the same money. I think actually a little cheaper than they bought Jawan Taylor for. They paid Jawan Taylor $80 million for 4 years, and he sucks. Yeah. Legit, he's an awful tackle.
Someone got injured on their O-line today, no? Right guard, Trey Smith as well.
And Trey Smith is they got Creed Humphrey, I think, in the 3rd, and Trey Smith in the 5th of the same draft. That was the year where they signed Orlando Brown. It was like one offseason, and I think Joe Tooney they stole from the Patriots, and they fixed the O-line all in that one offseason. It was after the Bucs Super Bowl loss. They go trade for Orlando Brown, Jawan Taylor Creed Humphrey, 3rd round pick center, Trey Smith, 5th round right guard, and they signed Joe Tooney as well.
If they didn't have, if I had no pre-existing knowledge of football, and I just watched every Chiefs game this year, I would tell you that they have no chance to win the Super Bowl.
No.
If I had no pre-existing knowledge of who Patrick Mahomes was, and I just watched this team, I'd be like, no, they're not going to win.
Their defense still fantastic. When I saw that Aiden O'Connell's last completion came 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and they lost, I'm like, that's insane.
I'm looking for this if Trent Williams has a groin injury, which I saw here in the chat.
Oh,
I just want to confirm that.
Where on the tackle?
I'm wondering.
He's out. He's on the sideline. Excuse me, not out. He went to the sideline.
So for that series, he was on the sidelines.
I just saw Trent Williams to the sideline 2 minutes ago.
Schefter tweeted it 4 minutes ago.
Tweeted it. That's what it was.
Big Chef. Think we could get 5 more points in this game?
I hope so. Otherwise, my rant about 4-0 on leans is irrelevant. I made the mistake of speaking too soon.
At some point, I guess cat's out of the bag if I say this, but at some point, I am going to talk about that on Circles Off. Maybe as a plus EV or minus EV move.
All right.
Have people not learned? Don't tweet or talk about the game until it's over. Just don't.
Yeah.
There's no, like, even the Patriots last night, I got guys messaging me, great call. It's like, stop. I don't think they influenced the game, but it's like, just don't do it. How
Yeah.
many times have you watched football in your life?
Get it
The
across
craziest
the
shit happens. Stop. Like, there's no benefit to you, especially if you're going to like tweet stuff out. Just wait till the game goes final. It's not that hard. You can victory lap when it goes final.
You know who does that a lot is Moretto. Moretto, I remember, I think it was a baseball future on the Diamondbacks when they were winning the first game in the 9th inning. He tweeted it. I'm like, oh my, I didn't even know he had that future. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? You're inviting all that bad energy in the world. And I still haven't forgiven him about that Mac Jones safety, even though that feels like an eternity ago.
That's where it all started, man.
Yeah.
Moretto's big at that. Kanish is big at that.
Oh, yeah.
Fezzik did it this week as well.
He was doing it with my Seahawks Eagles total. My partner was doing it with Titans and Seahawks. He had the under in that game. And he was sweating a field goal because 2020 field goal in OT, it would have crushed him any more points after that.
That was the bet that I didn't make.
That you wish.
No. The opposite. Where I was like, you know what? Like this I must be undervaluing the absence of all these players on the Titans defense. But like, it's going to be Carroll. It's going to be Vrabel.
Yeah.
You know what game we're going to get. Like, yeah. I just cannot pull the trigger on this. And I didn't. And sometimes not betting something and losing, that's the equivalent of a win right there in my books, George.
Yeah, the San Fran defense looks vulnerable, Rob.
It sure does. It sure does. Yeah, this is a real problem for Purdy MVP.
Oh, it's over. Like 4 picks. He's not going to win this game. I don't know how you make the case for him anymore.
Yeah, but you know who's moving to the favorite tomorrow?
Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's not going to be Tua.
Follow the thread, right? We play Lamar next week. It literally comes down to who wins. And then if we win, then it's Josh Allen versus Tua for the MVP in week 18.
That was Justice Hill catching that ball. So there's absolutely no doubt now about our receiving yardage overs on these running backs. Which, by the way,
what'd you play today?
I played Justice Hill over 7.5 receiving yards, Gus Edwards over 5.5 receiving yards.
That's light.
And, yeah, very.
Well, because now Keaton Mitchell's out. He's going to get catches again.
Bingo. And on top of that, I mean, this is something I've been doing. It's not just specific to this game. Talked about this off the top as well. But for the 49ers, I've been playing opposing running backs in the passing game against them pretty much for the entire second half of the year so far. Because a lot of times, and my logic was a little bit flawed for this as well, but they lead a lot throughout their games. And typically speaking, when they are leading a lot, they play very soft and they give up a lot of stuff underneath. They'll give up those running back receptions. That's more of the expectation I had today, but here we go.
Yeah, that's the best when you handicap something, a variable due to a certain game script, and it's another one, but it still comes through. You're like, all right, whatever. That's not how I expected it to go.
Maybe we can get a Ronnie Bell catch now, because, I mean, I'm sure the 49ers are going to have some like 4 and 5 wide receiver sets at some point. Wow. Just a clinic, man, from Baltimore. Clinic.
You know how many fourth quarter comeback drives Brock Purdy has led in his career?
Is it going to be 0?
It was 1 earlier this year. I don't know if he's had a single one this year.
It was 1 this year?
No,
fourth quarter comeback?
Earlier this year. Yeah, he's got 1 in his career.
Oh, my God.
This guy's been playing in the world's greatest game script ever. You know what? You know what bothers me? All the fucking criticism everyone levels on Tua and caveats everybody puts on him. Everyone forgot about it with Brock Purdy. I don't get it.
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow, George?
Hmm.
I'm going to go and I'm going to bet 49ers Super Bowl futures.
Well, what do you think the price will be reduced to?
I'm not going to auto bet it. I have to see what the number is, and I also am going to have to wait on a Trent Williams update just to hope it's not like a severe groin injury, because that's a real problem. That brings the Cowboys back into the mix in the NFC. Very much so.
Man, I still, even though they haven't looked good yet, Rob, I still think there's a world where the Eagles put it all, and I've seen it before, where team plays really well the year before on a mission. The next year they, scuttlebutt through the season, get to the playoffs, and go on like a nuclear run.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, how did we forget about how good this team is?
Mm-hmm. It's very possible, George. It could happen, man. Nothing surprises me anymore in the NFL.
Because who's expected to be back soon is Avonte Maddox. He started practicing again, and it's like
he's actually off of IR now.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's elevated to like practicing. They still have to take him off. They got his 21-day windows open, but like he would instantly improve the slot, defending the slot for them. They still had the Byard trade. I think Bradbury's cooked, and that's why it's very important that Avonte Maddox comes back. But Keely Ringo played really well today, and Eli Ricks and some other young guys. And I'm like, and like outside of that final drive where they gave up against Seattle, I kind of like Matt Patricia more as the defensive play caller than Sean Desai.
Are the Ravens going for this here on 4th and goal?
No, Lamar's on the sideline.
They take a delay game penalty and they're gonna kick.
Jesus. All right, so we need one more field goal.
I mean, dude, they're up 18 points right now. Can you tell me the downside of going for it?
There's none. You literally end the game with a run, and worst case scenario, you pin them on the one.
Like, what in the fuck is Harbaugh do? Like, Harbaugh has completely lost.
He changed
the in-game decision making.
Yeah. Last year, I think after last year, he's like, all right, forget the math. We're going results-based analysis.
But like, you're going to make 18-21. It's the same situation. Like, you basically can end the game right here with the. Anyways, I don't know.
Great, crazy stuff here. But is there any possibility we see a Sam Darnold at play soon? 4 interceptions for Brock Purdy's a lot, but no.
They're still in the game. They're still.
Okay.
Darnold's coming in.
I'm
Purdy's
a big Darnold guy.
Darnold. Okay. You're a big Darnold. Yeah, he's a USC guy. Of course.
There you go.
That was the last time he was good.
Fun fact, I watched his first ever snap for USC. I went to Alabama USC 27. I forgot what year it was, but it was if you know what I'm talking about, if you know what game that is, if you're a college football enjoyer, you know that if you're a USC fan, you probably would like making it out of that arena alive would have been an accomplishment. It was a 52-3 game. I don't know if you ever.
When did your USC fandom start up? Was it Matt Leinart?
My brother's a USC fan. I want to support him. That's pretty much how it started, and then he corrupted my mind, and now I'm just. We all kind of rally around him. A bunch of our friends want to cheer him on, and we had no rooting interest in college football. He was a big college football guy, so our friends just wanted to support him there. And Jack knows that game. USC went up 3-0. Yeah, they got the first score. Proceeded to not score for the rest of the year, or the rest of the game. Sorry.
Another incredible story from producer Jason.
Yeah,
where would we be?
Listen, if you know, you know. I don't know if I like. Do I have to tell you more about a 52-3 game against Alabama in Dallas, whatever the new Dallas Cowboys Stadium is called? When you're wearing USC jerseys and you're the only person in the crowd wearing USC
no, you don't
jerseys.
have. I'm sure all the nails will go home. They'll all go home tonight or go to bed tonight, very happy that they know that you were in attendance for a USC 52-3 loss in Sam Darnold's start. I'm sure everyone is going to remember that for the rest of their lives.
They will.
Very happy group of nails. Who's winning the poll? What nails? What's the nails spread right now?
Nails with an S is winning by a landslide right now, 49%.
Because he split the vote.
No, but I did.
Yeah, nobody's ever spelled anything with 3 S's. Rob Galaxy brained you, Jason, and you bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Here's the problem, though. Nails with 3 Zs is at 8%, and nails with 3 S's. We have some movement right now, but nails with 3 S's is at 9%. So,
Wow.
So if we were to add the 3 Zs and 3 S's to the
It's 56-44.
Now that
for
you've
S.
like muddled the diluted the sample so much.
Oh.
If this was a court case, Jason, we would throw out the evidence because it's been diluted to shit.
Absolutely not. Much easier to argue my side to the jury. I'll tell you that right now.
Entering Rob is right. He didn't like where the poll was going, and he said, "Let's change the terms of the poll."
Well, I, in fact, do prefer nails with a Z or a Z.
Oh, wow.
However,
Let's see if you can get any line movement here with the.
I'm about the democratic process, and if the people are going to speak and they like the S, the more traditional style, who am I to say no to that? Who am I to say no to that? These chips are banging, man. Really good.
Did you eat a lot today?
Tons. I don't even know how I'm ingesting more food. Tons. I can't even tell you how much food I ate today.
You ever seen those wildlife videos of a snake who just swallowed a deer?
I don't like those videos, but I know what you're talking about.
They're bloated. They're not moving very well. That's how I feel like that snake right now.
Did you get a good afternoon nap in today?
Yeah, I did.
See, I didn't. That's the problem. That threw off my whole day.
Yeah, I was lucky. Well, not lucky, but I fell asleep for the first quarter and a half of the Eagles and Giants.
Yeah, that was a game. At least it was a football game. It was much better than Raiders and Chiefs. I caught the second half of that. That was fucking.
Chiefs are awful, man. I don't know. I have zero faith that they are capable of running the gauntlet, let alone on the road.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I remember they played a game overseas in which, on a neutral field, they took care of another team that one of us who might happen to cheer for.
If anything, you, Hitman and Eric should probably be thanking how lucky you were to get that to the window, because that analysis wouldn't fly today, baby. you need some real analysis to find a Chiefs bet under 3 against a good team.
No, Jordan, I thought it was a great handicap. Game went down exactly as I expected.
And you got to remember, Rob, what's the one thing I've said about the Dolphins all year? I just kept telling people, judge us in December, right? We will gel. Fangio's defense will be in place by then. Judge us in December. That's all I ever said. I waited till week 16 to give out the Dolphins as a bet.
Dude, did you see Debo just bounce off this tackle right now?
Yeah. Trucked him.
Holy fuck, man. Looked like he was going to have a concussion after this. Jesus, what a hit that was by Humphrey. Smoked him. I cannot believe he bounced off that. Oh. You think we could throw for a touchdown here, Brock? Last play of the third quarter? What do we think? Or else I'm going to be down. Come on, CMC. No, you're going to cut that outside. It's a holding penalty, too. Well,
I am sweating a matchup right now. I am down.
That's $1,740 down the drain that I won't see back, George.
I am down 0.06 points, Rob. I'm sweating this crazy matchup right now.
0.6 or 0.06?
0.06. So I am down by 6 yards effectively.
Wow.
And I have McCaffrey left, and he's got Debo and San Fran's defense.
Wow, what a sweat that is.
That is a sweat.
But if Baltimore keeps putting up points, then San Fran's defense loses
points. But it's so crucial right now. Any Debo catch or McCaffrey catch swings it like crazy right now. One more touchdown though from McCaffrey would seal the deal, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just caught a screen pass for no yards. A PPR or no?
Yeah, I'll take that.
There you go. Take that, man.
I'll take that.
You'll take that. That was the last play officially of the third quarter. Last play officially. Oh, man.
I think Brandon Katz got a lump of coal in his stocking today because he's in a bad mood.
Well, I would assume. I'm going to assume Bills fan.
No, he's trashing the Dolphins, but He's also like you're caught as collateral damage in that. He just ripped us both in one failed swoop here.
Yeah, you know what? It's a holiday season.
No, you got to still be optimistic that you guys have a shot.
Okay.
Tyron Smith was a big injury for you.
Optimistic is not the right word. I believe we still have a shot.
Yeah.
I'm not optimistic that we still have a shot.
Yeah. I mean, listen, outside of going into San Fran, that's probably the only game you fully fear.
Yeah. I mean, Williams sums it up very accurately here. This is the truth. This is the truth. Oh, man.
That game could have just been so much different in so many aspects. Mike McDaniel probably has to be the worst short goal line. Like,
dude, why can't they not score? Why can't they never pick up 1 yard?
We're the best offense for 97 yards, and we suck inside the 3.
It's depressing to watch. It honestly is. Wasn't yesterday when after I watched his entire speech the week before about how he called a bunch of shit plays and it was his fault. What am I doing running a fade on the goal line? What do they do on their first 4th down and 1? They run a fucking fade on the goal line.
Fucking hell.
That couldn't have I found that very funny. What I didn't find funny is this envelope that I got in the mail from the CRA today.
Oh shit.
Been dreading opening this one for a while. Maybe I'll open it on air, see what's up here. There's no better time than ever. There's no better time than now.
Don't do that.
Well, it's getting open right now. I've begun the opening process. I suck at opening envelopes. It's actually really depressing.
Rip everything.
I just fucking like mangle.
Some guys nail it clean. They can like pop it out like this. Not me.
Oh my god, this this is a disaster.
I'm incapable.
You wouldn't even know this is an envelope beforehand by the time I'm done with it. Yep. Opening it up. I'm not going to read it aloud because I don't want to give, but I'll give a general summary.
Oh, Tony won the Corgi Cup.
Yeah. Trudeau, huh? Maybe he knows where my vote went last election. Could be good or bad. All right, let's see what we got here. This does not disclose any information, the original first page here. Got no new information here as to whether this, what is this? Just like a year-end update? What is this? Oh, I see what this is.
Sounds to me like it's a wasted tax dollars. Trudeau's Canada. Trudeau's Canada. Sorry, not to get political.
It is necessary. It is necessary for me to have received this. However, there's got to be a better way. That's all I'm gonna say.
They should bench Debo the rest of the game, man. This game's out of hand.
Holy smokes.
Dude. Like there is a big scenario. I mean, it's 4th and 11 here. They got to go for it, which they are going to go for. But like, there's a scenario where this over doesn't get home, and I'm really rattled.
I know. And because he didn't go from the 1, I am rattled right now. We need 3 more points.
And I'm more. Wow, that was an MVP type of play from Purdy there to lose 2 yards and turn the ball over.
Okay.
Dude, you know who gets the blame?
Is that
who gets the blame if that's a catch?
Yeah, is that a throw?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it be?
Because it was backwards. He was backwards.
No, that's forward pass. Forward pass confirmed.
Come on, baby.
The ball went forwards.
Let me get to the final, baby.
Wow, that was incredible to watch. You owe that all to Brock Purdy, George, if you get there.
He's my MVP. All right, so I am up by 2.04 right now. This is let's see if you can see this. I am White Boy Rick.
White Boy Rick.
Yeah, I named my whole team after McCaffrey.
That's looking good, man.
Here's the astounding thing, Rob. I sold. I'm in a dynasty league. This is the one team I didn't believe I had a chance with, and I sold Stafford, Watson, Mike Evans. I sold Jerome Ford. I have like an extra 1st, 2nd, 3rd next year, and I'm gonna be going in the finals, maybe.
Wow, this is a running. He wasn't tackled. He wasn't down. Just get us into Tucker field goal range, man. Please. You know why, George? Here's a problem I have. If we rewind to about half an hour ago.
Yeah, this is going to
George's like, oh, the stream, the best bet show. Here's all my leans. They would have won this week. I had this total. This total. It's the cardinal sin, my friend.
I know. I you know what? I assumed when we got to 42, we were there with a quarter and a half to go. I should have just waited.
It's a premature prognostication is what that is.
It wouldn't be the first time that
no,
I blew my load too fast.
Jason knows all about that. Porn guy behind the scenes.
Big
porn guy. Big porn. Is this a real time right now? Oh my God, this game's been so slow.
I feel like I've been on longer than your last two guests combined, and we're only one quarter down.
It's tough, man.
It's brutal, right?
Pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
Brutal for you too. Like you got to put up with me for a whole half.
Also, like, okay, at least we're sweat. At least I got sweats going on.
Yeah.
But imagine I didn't have a sweat right now.
Oh, is that Patrick McCurry? He plays so much because Ronnie Stanley can't play full snaps anymore.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Normally, I don't care about the third tackle and I don't make note of those injuries.
Yeah.
But that's the rare case where, it's relevant.
I know. Stanley's become less reliable than Teron Armstead.
And now Ronnie Stanley's coming back in for him.
That's it, man. Got to keep him fresh. Keep those tackles fresh.
He's done, and they got a big contract. They know he's got a year left. His body's breaking down.
Oh my God! What happened here? Tell me this was offside on Fred Warner leaping. It's got to be, right? Yeah, laugh it up, Warner. You're only down 21 points, bud. Laugh it up. Now I'm thinking, thank God Harbaugh kicked that field goal.
Yeah, because we're gonna need a score.
Fred Warner. Oh my God, man.
Yeah. So next week's game now is for the 1 seed and probably the MVP as well.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's not on Sunday night because the NFL didn't want to make that call.
Wow. How do you feel about that, George?
I like it. There's so much pressure in like isolated games.
It's true, and Tua can't handle the
pressure. I feel so
much
much pressure, and like I blame Forward Progress group chat. You guys don't really talk about any big game except my team. Nobody's talking about this game tonight. High leverage game, two teams, but Eric Eager there talking about Tua's making a couple bad throws.
Yeah,
I didn't hear him saying anything about Mahomes' bad throws today or 4 Purdy picks.
He did. No. I'm going to defend my guy. Eager today. No, I believe he said this was the worst game of the Mahomes era.
Yeah. He had no choice but to say it. He didn't want to see it in real time, but that's the thing. In real time, it's like, Tua's letting the team, holding them back today. It's like, come on, man. Like, he is a harsh critic of Tua.
Yeah, I mean, because Tua's not as good as you make him out to be.
No. Eric is why there's so many people that exist that call Tua top 3.
Okay,
they have to fight the Erics who think he's 15th.
Let's call it up. Okay, yesterday's game.
Yeah,
I thought Tua played like shit yesterday.
No, I don't believe that. I don't think it was his best game, but he didn't make the big mistake.
He was a 4 out of 10. He missed like so many throws in that game.
No, he was a 6 out of 10. Because you also got to remember he's driving without Jalen Waddle for the entire second half. Doesn't make a crucial mistake. 4 backup offensive linemen in.
Yeah.
Come on, that's a 6 out of 10 performance. Let's not pretend like he was bad.
Lamar's taking a sack here on.
Come on, man. Come on.
Dude, just throw the ball. It's at the 40. You think they trot out Tucker for 57? I don't think they do.
No.
I don't think they do. Come on, Harbaugh, though. You can trot out Tucker. Just throw the ball away, man. Just throw the ball away. I gotta check my phone now for the group chat. Oh yeah, not happy people at the moment.
We're all on the over, right?
Yeah, I got another Cowboys primetime game next week, Saturday night. Fucking punting team is out there.
Oh, you know what I discovered? Remember when we had that weird game 2 weeks ago, the Dolphins, Titans, and Packers, Giants double Monday night header?
Mm-hmm.
And we said, why the fuck do we have another double Monday nighter?
Yeah,
So there's no Monday nighter this week
correct.
because they don't want to take the college January 1st day.
Correct.
I just learned that now.
Well, late to the party, but at least you got there, George.
I learned it. I don't look at like next week's rotation numbers until after the week. I don't bet look ahead stuff.
Yeah.
So I have no need to look. I am aware of like Dolphins future games.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it. I'm like, oh, where's the Monday nighter? There is none.
No, there's nothing. Nothing going on. It's a Sunday nighter, Green Bay, Minnesota, and that's it. Then we're on to next Sunday. That's it.
I'm actually really excited about the college January 1st games.
Yeah.
And I don't like college football, but I'm excited for those games.
I'm not, but like I'll watch them. I won't have any sense of excitement for them.
So you have no futures.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I would also not care if that was the case.
Yeah. What are you sweating out?
Sweating out Alabama.
Oh. Opposite our boy Kanish.
He's I thought there was it was grossly mispriced. Even their odds to make the playoffs were grossly mispriced. I don't know what the betting odds were thinking when they opened up, as Florida State was a certainty to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. What did you think of Tua's performance against the Jets?
It was good.
Yep.
I thought like a couple big plays skewed how good it looked, and then it got out of hand. But like the Jalen Waddle, that's the other thing. You know, Tyreek Hill drops a touchdown on that first drive where he beat like
I do. I remember that very clearly.
We forget about that stuff though.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was very boom or bust against the Jets, but like the game got so out of hand so quickly that it was just like basically let's not fuck around here type of game.
Yeah, I like to judge guys in game scripts, and the game script last night was it. Tua needed to make a drive without Jalen Waddle, and he did. And I'm like, okay, that was a good result. That's why 4 out of 10 is so harsh, considering he didn't make any mistakes.
I mean, not making a throw is a mistake.
Yeah, like
missing a wide open receiver is a mistake. It didn't result in interception.
Yeah, but the caveat was like the pressure was in his face immediately, so he missed. What Tyreek didn't know was he couldn't get him. He couldn't lead him there. He had to throw it right to the spot that he was at.
Yeah. Okay, so the back and forth in the chat about the Miami Jets game, where Brandon's pointing out that Miami had 290 total yards against the Jets. There was a point in that game. That game was over very quickly for one. They never really had to do anything. I would never look at total yardage in any type of game, especially a game where they won by 30. Like you're not going to get anything valuable from that.
Not to mention, it was a weather game. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I like the Jets, and it was wrong.
Yeah. All right, George. I'm glad I have a sweat here with someone else. Starting to not feel so great, but I cannot believe we are in this situation.
It feels like we need San Fran. Like, what are you doing, San Fran?
It feels like I just gotta accept the Purdy's not going to win MVP and hope he throws a pick six here. Like let's just get a pick six. I don't even care about the MVP yet.
Oh, it's dead. It's dead. He can't win it now. There's no pathway now to win it.
Oh, but you know what this means, George. CMC, dump off city, buddy.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. You just give me all the good news, man. You're a little ahead of me.
Yeah, I know, but like this is the drive now, right? It's like it's Christian McCaffrey over the middle as many times as humanly possible. And let's try to work down the field quickly.
Fuck. I just took in how big next week's game is going to be.
Oh yeah.
In Baltimore, too. What do you think they're going to make that spread?
Um,
3.
yeah. 3. After this, 3. Baltimore 3.
Yeah. I think I had them even going into this game, but I'm gonna have to upgrade Baltimore. Their defense is really good.
Yeah.
It also makes me feel really, really good about the Rams offense because holy shit, this Rams offense torched them.
Yeah. Brandon, I mean, the spread was posted at 3 today before this game. Like it's going to open at least 3. There's no way that Baltimore is going. It was on the board today at -3 everywhere before today's game. So it will be. I'm not saying it's going to close there.
Someone's shitting Brandon's Wheaties.
I don't know what's going on, but Brandon's in a bad mood.
Yeah, he's
in a bad mood.
Hey, Brandon had KC in his survivor, and he got eliminated today. That's what happened.
Yeah. Miami's offensive line is beat up. That was known today when the number opened at 3 before Baltimore took the field today.
Wow, Trent Williams still on the sideline, eh?
Yeah, he's at this point. It's I don't know.
I mean, whether it was serious or not, it likely anything like any ticky tack at this point, they're benching him.
Yeah. Oh, who's hurt here? Who is this? Oh, that's Kyle Hamilton, man. I hate to see that.
Oh, the knee again. Ooh.
He's had that. And Trent Williams is looking at the scoreboard and he's like, ooh.
I love this guy so much. Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. Solid player.
I got in fights with some friends in the draft process about him. And we were arguing. They were arguing about his like slow 40 time, and I'm like, he's a 6'4" safety that plays everywhere. What the fuck? He doesn't have speed. Yeah, he'd be the greatest DB of all time if he had speed, man.
I mean, like that stuff's hilarious, right? When they're like people are just nitpicking.
Yeah,
the smallest thing.
He's 6'4", can play in the slot, cover receivers, and play the run. But he's not. He doesn't have 4.3 speed. Yeah, shit. He'd be a Madden player, a creative player if he did.
Oh.
If it opens 3.5, I am on Miami. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. I had them evenly rated entering today.
I might lag here for 2 seconds. What?
Yeah, we lost them. Oh,
I might lag here for 2 seconds.
We hear you.
Yeah, I might lag for 2 seconds here because I'm actually just trying to run some updated numbers on this specific game just to see.
It's I listen.
Just
Brandon is angry, but I see what he's doing. He's trying to make this into the Sunday show. That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to get your opinions on the opening lines.
Entering today, I had both teams 5 points better than average. I don't care like how big your Baltimore advantage is. If you give me 3.5, it's a Miami bet.
But it's on the board right now. Like it's on the board in several spots at 3. So like when we say it won't be 3, it is out there. It bettable right now in immediate time at 3 by a 3-letter offshore site, which would take. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Let's see what they would take on this right now. Some legals, some PPH. PPH is at 3. War has it. Jazz has it. It's 3 everywhere.
Don't worry. Like next Sunday when Pizza Buffet and still 3, shut up Brendan Katz.
It might close less than 3. Don't get me wrong, but it's literally bettable. It's bettable right now, and the number is currently 3 across the board. No, and everyone knows.
My best bet was not Miami. I wanted to be humble for some reason.
Oh my God, Purdy's gonna take a sack here, man. This is depressing. This is depressing. Van Noy. Van Noy gets home.
Oh. Andrew Van Ginkel sack. You knew that was coming yesterday.
God, of course I did, man. Of course I did. Come on, go Ayuk, go, run.
Yeah. What happened?
We're in range. We got some movement.
Are we cooking?
We're cooking. Purdy is cooking with Ayuk.
Let's get a tutty. Rob, I want this over so bad.
I want this over. I don't like to lose any bets. I don't want to lose bets.
You know what? I don't like to lose any bets, but I especially don't like when I mentally, in my mind, I believe it's a win.
I don't like when Brock Purdy takes sacks. I don't like that.
He did it again.
Especially
Would Shanahan kick a field goal or no chance? No chance.
He's not kicking a field goal, right?
We need a touchdown.
21. We need a tutter. Oh, Purdy's down. He's on one knee.
Sam Darnold?
I'll take if Sam Darnold can lead me to the promised land, I'll take it.
Hey, me and Jeff are Sam Darnold truthers. If I know Jeff, I don't know if he's watching right now, but he does have some Sam Darnold comeback player of the year tickets that might have just revived themselves right now if Brock Purdy is currently hurt.
So like this one, I don't know what this is. I'm thinking lower body, like maybe groin as well, something like that.
This is we're down 21. Forget it.
Could be.
He did reach for his groin as he was getting up there.
Did he? Okay, because the way he was kind of getting taken down, he winced a little bit. Did
Brandon Katz say our rush defense has struggled all year? Like, what the fuck metrics are you looking at, man? We're literally the number one rush success rate, number one rush EPA, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, baby. Go forwards, Ayuk. Forwards, you goof. Oh.
Where are we?
We're third down, and I think about 4 yards.
Oh, why did he run? He ran 12 yards sideways, man. Cut it up and hit it hard. Shoulder to the chest.
That was a dime. That was a dime from. I'm so behind you guys, but Sam Darnold looks good.
I'm very behind.
Sam Darnold looks good. Do we think that
First
Sam
down,
Darnold
maybe.
could?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
First down.
Sam Darnold could pull off what Brock Purdy's doing right now? Like,
No.
do you think he could have an MVP?
No.
No.
Stop. No.
For a game, I think Shanahan's good enough. They could get a game out of him.
Agreed.
A season, no way.
No.
Okay. Just here to ask questions.
It's just too much sample size on him. He's bad.
He is bad.
Fair.
Dude, how do they not call helmet to helmet on this play?
My God, I hate this Brandon Katz guy. Having an awful Christmas.
Yeah. You know what, George? For you, Merry Christmas.
No, I'm not.
Brandon in a timeout.
I'm a conservative, Pizzola. I believe in free speech.
Oh my God, that was so close. No, he'll be back. We just let him cool off for a little bit.
5 minutes.
Few minutes.
If I were to recommend something to do in those few minutes, just look below my name, and then you can maybe just go incognito.
Yeah. Take a breather. Take a breather.
Yeah, he needs to blow some tension off.
That's it, man. That's it. We're just no. I'm not a permaban guy unless it's like some really bad stuff. But sometimes we just need a little bit of a cooling off period.
Yeah.
If you're being difficult,
you're unruly,
yeah, baby, let's go.
Yeah,
Sam.
You know who caught the ball? Ronnie Bell. Tutter. Let's
Rob,
go.
Over.
I thought you were gonna say Debo. Debo. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas, pizza man.
That was the best possible outcome of a play that could have happened.
Dude, I've seen enough. This guy's better than
Hey,
Brock Purdy. I've seen enough
we
in this
banned-
offense.
Rob, we banned Brandon Katz, and you notice
Cats,
San Fran stopped scoring when he came into the chat. He brought a
You know
dark
what?
cloud.
honestly, Brandon, if you're still around, nothing personal, happy holidays and whatever, and everyone can disagree. But I do believe in this stuff sometimes, and I might have to issue a permanent ban. I'm sorry. You can come in under another alias, different YouTube account, different email.
That's it.
But at this point, the signs are all pointing to that exact moment in time where everything changed.
All right,
Everything changed.
Jason, you know what to do on Wednesday. I won't be there to defend myself. When they mention that I lost my best bet, I need you to remind them 4-0 on leans, baby.
Don't
got
worry,
you.
George.
I'll be there.
You have my assurance as the host of the Wednesday show
You won't do me dirty, Rob. You're gonna throw me a bone here.
that for this time, I'll throw you a bone. Ronnie Bell, baby. Ronnie Bell. Let's go. Okay. I mean, I have no other rooting interest right now.
I'm good. Let's watch Long's over. Fuck the game.
I don't really know what else to do now. Someone was requesting some Christmas tunes earlier. I used to be able to play some banger Christmas tunes back in the day. I don't know how much of that I've retained.
You know what I could go for? A 6-minute Baltimore drive.
Yeah,
No need for San Fran and Debo to get back on that field.
that's what you're thinking of now, right?
That's it. Now I'm in fantasy mode.
Yeah. Wow. Look, Sully up at like 5 o'clock in Ireland right now.
Ask him about bugles.
Yeah. Sully, you a big fan of the Bugles? Apparently that's a big band in the UK. I actually have no idea if that's true or not. Producer Jason gets these things wrong all the time. But I need to know if that's true and who the hell the Bugles are. Bugles? Buggles? What is this band?
They're corn chips, right?
Who? Yeah, he's got no idea. As suspected.
Jason with Wikipedia research.
Oh, okay. This is obviously Buggles
The
and not
Buggles-
Bugles.
No, he pulled up a British band. Fucking no way.
That is obviously not Bugles and it was Buggles. Massive stretch here.
Holy Jason, that is awful research, my friend.
Holy. Well, we do not pride ourselves in research here at the Hammer Betting Network.
Well, can I give a thank you to Jason, Rob? He sent me
No, don't. No, I'm not going to allow that on their show.
He did something really nice.
I'm just joking. Go ahead.
He sent me tickets to the Leafs this year.
Wow.
And I'm going to a game thanks to Jason.
Really? Those must be family season tickets, Jason.
I'll fucking take them, buddy. I will take them.
I'll plead the fifth on this.
You know what?
I'll plead.
Oh,
the
I
fifth
know
on this.
I know the Buggles. I'm
Video killed the
familiar.
radio star.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Buggles. Yeah, just progressive rock / new wave / synth pop.
I told Rob, I told Jason when the football season's over, I'm going to take him on a night out. We're going to do steaks.
Yep.
I'm going to take him to other fine establishments in the city.
The rail.
I'm going to take him to the upper level of the rail.
Upper level, yeah.
I'm going to show Jason heaven.
Well,
what was their name again? Oh my goodness.
Buggles.
What's their name? No, not the Buggles. Last watch along we were talking about
Miss Cypress.
Miss Cypress. That's what we were
Miss-
talking about. I want to see if I forgot I followed her. I want to see if she.
George is going to take you to where he sent the Greek national team back in the day. It's an establishment where you may pay for an hourly rate,
Yeah.
and then have a menu of options.
Do you want
in
to
which
still film content for the Hammer while we're down there, or what?
I mean, if you could get permission, that's fine. I'm
for,
down.
our, for our new division, the OnlyFans division.
It's so on brand. Hammer, like, come on, like
Honestly,
corn guy at the Hammer.
we're definitely missing out on not having a
Yeah, I think
The
an
side thing.
only nails a division where it's all the raunchy stuff at night. Please welcome to the stage the beautiful Cassandra. Show her some love. She's available to take for a dance just after her performance.
Close. The Whiskey's is the closest spot to me.
Yeah, I like whiskey. It has a hot dog stand outside.
It does. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
I like
it.
it.
Actually, it's a staple
Yeah.
of
I like-
whiskey. Yes.
I like the pit. What I don't
Yep.
like is the backstage because like there's like
Mm.
20 couches and I'm
So
getting
it's a
lap
little
dance,
close.
and I'm
Yeah,
sitting beside a guy who's getting another lap dance.
yeah. It's a little tight back there behind that curtain. I'm with you, George. They can expand that section a
Yeah.
little bit more than it's.
You're a curtain, you know. I'm not much of a voyeur.
Mhm. No, Darnold just I don't know what the fuck Darnold's doing right now. But yeah, he's spinning around and taking a sack at the exact moment. At this exact moment. This is I'm learning that I need to play more props, George, in order to make the end games more interesting.
I miss DFS in Ontario, honestly.
Yeah.
I used to like, especially on primetime games where I don't have a bet. I really liked firing up DFS.
I did too, but I now have realized how time consuming it was and how much more time I have without DFS in Ontario. Because I couldn't help myself. Like I'd be all day long, you know.
Yeah, so I wasn't. Mine was night game. All right, let's create a lineup.
Yeah.
Negative EV stuff. I knew I was dead money. And I wouldn't go player to player. I would try to get in the big pots, you know.
Yeah.
Always try to do something exotic. Because like when you pick the common path, you have to be perfect, and then you're probably tying. You have to find variations, or you go off the beaten path, right? You create a game script that's completely different.
Yeah. I like those showdown slates quite a bit as well. And I'm with you. It wasn't even about, I don't want to say it wasn't about skill, because there is some skill involved in finding like unique lineups that make sense. But yeah, there was certainly a big time luck element.
Like Denver, New England is a good example of a game where you're like, you could create an off the beaten path outcome there, right?
Yep. Totally. Wow. Sorry, Debo just picked up a first down where he looked dead to rights.
Brandon Katz is back from his timeout, and he said Debo isn't on the field. What is he trying to do here? Like instant back on the band train.
B Katz. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of Dan Katz, and that's why I've let this go as far as I have. But we're reaching. You know, YouTube's a 3-strike policy, right?
I'm scared to look at the matchup now. It's tight.
It's tight. Oh, Harbaugh's challenging the spot. It looked like a good spot to me. Oh, man. My buddy's just sending me a message right now saying Cleveland a good Wong. Dude, it's like it's Monday night.
Yeah.
I'm just responding with that. It's Monday night. Go to bed.
I'm not thinking.
Jesus Christ.
The line is 7. It's not getting.
It's not even a good Wong.
Yeah, and it's not gonna get away from you. Like it's not going to 9 all of a sudden. Relax. Let's breathe on this one a little.
He also just got like nothing to pair it with. Oh my god, man, this guy's too much. This guy's too much, man. Deal with some. His response was, "No, I must bet."
Oh shit.
Of course, there had to be a challenge here. Just prolong this game a little bit more. Yeah, of course, the ruling on the field stands. He would make a great nail. I'll see if I could get him on he would not. He would not make a great nail. I'm very like, this guy is a degenerate gambler. I hate to use that about friends, but he's the type of guy that knows nothing about the sports, needs action, will ask me last minute before every game what I've bet. One of those. I don't like that.
You see, insights said Vikings Packers over, and initially that was my thought, but I think it's already gone past 45. But then, did you see the news today on Hawkinson and Addison?
No, I didn't.
So
I didn't do anything today.
Hawkinson is feared to be bad, and Addison is labeled week to week. I need Green Bay over 7.5 wins, so I'm just enjoying that news today.
What do we think? Like, it's going to be Mullins again?
Yeah.
They're not going back to Dobbs. The only other option is Jaron Hall. I think they're probably sticking with Mullins.
Yeah.
Mullins is just the ultimate boomer bust guy. Like, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get some of those throws where you just hold your breath, can't help himself, but he also can move the ball down the field. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, G-Stack.
How come Darnold can't hit fucking McCaffrey in his hands, man?
I mean, this guy is a piece of shit, man. He's been trashed since his first start at USC.
Can't confirm. Kittle was also wide open on that play, by the way. Top of the screen. But
Don't expect Darnold to make the right decision.
to even run through past his first read, like that's just Sam Darnold I know and love.
Oh, Ayuk. Down to the 20.
Can I get a Monday Night Miracle George Kittle touchdown here to win my fantasy matchup? That was like dead in the water.
I just don't want to see a Debo touchdown because I don't want this to get uncomfortable. I don't want it to get uncomfortable. It's Ayuk again.
What does
I can
everyone need?
confirm Debo is on the field as well. He is on the field. Wow.
Brandon Katz's going to be in here lying to us.
B Cats.
Where you at,
I
buddy?
don't know.
He's probably pissed because I know where he is. He's either watching or he left because I banned him. But
yeah. I mean, Darnold just threw this last one to nowhere. I don't know where maybe he's seeing ghosts again. I have no idea. Do you think Brandon has a cousin named Stu?
Wow.
Stu Gatz.
It took me too long. That was bad.
Oh man. George, I did a thing with the friends on poker night, big dinner, dressed up.
Looked like a blast. You wouldn't give me the directions. You knew I was going to crash the party.
Yeah, so you got to look at this spread. It was. We do this thing every year. We hire a couple hostesses, a bartender, and we play some cards, eat good food, some drinks, just absolute banger meal. Whoever ordered the food this time around went all out. It was some good stuff.
So you guys do it what, at a hall or somebody's house?
This was actually at one of my friends runs his own business, so we just did it out of his office.
So we go out for like steaks. That's but we do a yearly boys' Christmas dinner as well.
Yep.
That's when and we always get each other like gag gifts, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So Jason has seen my hat, my gag gift hat that I brought for the boys.
Mm-hmm. Normally it's like a ball though, and like a strap.
No, this one is. I want to go get it, but I'd rather not. Someone will screenshot it. Okay. then one of our buddies went to Dominican or Colombia, and he brought back like some custom scoops with like Escobar on them. And I posted in the group. And Suma goes, I have no idea what that is.
Yep.
So
I mean, Suma. By the way, I don't want to offend any Germans. I know we have Jonas Weist in here sometimes. We got Brett Fustberger, whatever, those guys. But
what's the spread? I want to see this.
Yeah, where is this? I put in the private chat. I don't know. Jason's probably got an incognito or whatever. But if we go back to the beginning here, I don't know how this was ordered, but we got some lamb chops there, some short rib.
Ooh, yeah, I love short
some
rib.
Shrimp. Those are some chicken drumsticks. Those are some rolls.
That's PI to the one. Tell me this is going to be a McCaffrey handoff.
It is down. Polenta fries, meatballs.
What is polenta? Like, is it a potato? Is it like
cornmeal? Cornmeal. And then we got the manicotti, which is like the filled with cheese, and the cannelloni filled with meat. The tiramisu there for dessert.
Yeah.
Just an absolute. And you see the Miss Vicky's on the table as well.
Rob, what's ziti? What kind of pasta is it?
Ziti's normally like a baked dish, and it's very similar to like a rigatoni or a penne type of thing. But yeah, you would typically bake that type of dish. What is Darnold? Throw the ball, you goof, man. Okay, it's been thrown.
George, are we good to share your hat here?
No.
On screen?
No.
I have the link to it. I'm not allowed to bring it up.
No.
You can see it at the bottom.
I see it in the backstage. What does that say? Ass eating champion? Is that what that says?
I can't say George.
Merry Christmas, everyone who opened this up in front of their family. Apologies. We're not normally like this.
It's a gag. We all bring a gag gift. That's the funny aspect of our Christmas.
Oh, they gave it to McCaffrey, George, and he didn't get in there.
Oh, come on.
Just short.
They got to give it to him. They got to give it to him again, right?
They have 3 timeouts. This is not like.
No, it's not over. Game over.
It's not.
But McCaffrey's got to score a touchdown, if we're being honest.
I do remember. I'm sorry.
You were lying when you said that when you had me.
I actually did mean. I did mean it for a little bit, but I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, who they booked on this show?
It's tough, man.
We had the first half as family friendly, but now we're past. Listen, when we're in the second half, it's
Sully's going to open up though at some point, or like he's got in a couple appearances, and he watches into the fourth quarter. He sees like the level of, I don't know what's like untastefulness.
No, the late night shift. It's like when I was a kid growing up, Cartoon Network used to have Adult Swim. It's the flip from Cartoon Network to Adult Swim after that second half.
Yeah, there was like Sexy Car Wash on TLN for a bit. You know, you'd watch like an Italian game show, and then Sexy Car Wash came on right afterwards.
Can I share a private text I had with Alex when he was reaching out to me to get me on this? He said, "Big dog." We did the Tiger Woods. He sent me the Tiger Woods meme, just to butter me up.
Yep.
He's like, Christmas night, what are you thinking? I'm like, hey, man, I know there's a lot of people with families. I'll do it. I have no problem. He said, awesome. He goes, I'll even join you and Rob. I'll be bombed. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Classic Moretto move. Yeah. No, honestly, you know how Jason always pulls up like a tier rankings list?
Yeah.
If we did a tier rankings list of scumbags for the Hammer, he is the S tier.
Oh, yeah. No
like
question.
Even he's higher than like Kanish. Every now and then he tweets some stuff about mental health. Here's what I'm going through. Hopefully this can help you out. Moretto offers nothing good to society.
I have redeeming qualities. I offset my shithousery with some kindness. Yeah, Moretto's a one-way street here.
Yeah, you've put like a lot of middle-aged women like through education, all sorts of stuff.
100%.
Yeah, you're a good dude.
I help pay the rent.
The wealth. Yeah, your source of income still remains unknown. We don't know for sure how that money is arriving. However, we do know that you're helping some fine establishments in the downtown core.
When I make the newspapers one day, it will all come out.
Oh God. Oh. Yeah, you even tried to send Suma to a game. He wouldn't go. That's a bigger scumbag move right there. You guy had a kid. Who cares?
He forced his wife to have a kid early so he wouldn't have to go to the game.
Where's some protection, Suma? Jesus, man. Could have been at the Chiefs-Dolphins game. Of course, Darnold, like only Darnold can take a sack and go all the way back to the 13-yard line. Like, dude, this guy,
That's on Shanahan too, though. Why aren't like run it 3 times with McCaffrey? You have the touchdown. Like, what are you doing? He only ran it once with McCaffrey. I don't get it.
It's a lot of things I don't get in this league, G-Stack. It's a lot of things I don't get.
I gotta sweat this fucking throw right now.
And a false start. Here we go. Beautiful. Honestly, Robert, I totally agree. Although, like within 2 tweets of that, he's probably just going to go tee off on someone else in humanity. But I'm with you. I'm with you. We actually do got to do that. I'm trying to think of the other scumbags.
Hitman.
You think Hitman's a scumbag?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think Hitman's like one of those guys. If he's in your group of friends, he's gonna be like the nicest guy. But outside, comes off as very abrasive.
No. I just mean Hitman's like, you remember in wrestling, Edge was the ultimate opportunist?
Yeah.
When someone gets hurt, Hitman doesn't even think for a second about their well-being. He's firing bets like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. I'm with you. Don't take a sack, Dalton. No, pick. It's picked. Well, Marcus Williams is going down. Okay, this is going to be the game. They're not going to use their timeouts now.
Let me confirm I'm in, Rob. Let me confirm I'm in.
In what?
Oh my God. I am up by 1.54 points.
Oh, it looks like this is coming back. Defensive holding.
No.
Debo's still on the table here.
No, don't tell me that.
Wow.
You're fucking with me. you fucking motherfucker. No need, man. We were allies tonight, man.
You know what? I had to get it in there. You got the last laugh yesterday.
I didn't even bring my Dolphins scarf and sweater out today.
No, but I've had to look at that fucking picture behind you in that corner of that helmet all night. All night.
Don't forget, Rob. Lead with my leans, on Wednesday. I don't want to be the only guy who hasn't hit a best bet for his life.
Don't worry, man. I won't let you down.
Yeah, right.
Man to man, George. My word is I'm not like Moretto. I don't want to be lumped in with that piece of shit. I don't want to be.
This guy told me, sacrifice your Christmas. I'll sacrifice mine. We'll make a good show out of it. And he's nowhere to be found. He's not even in the chat today. He's not even in the chat today.
Why are the 49ers using timeouts, man? Like, tell me, I get it. The game is over. What are you using timeouts for?
I don't like this.
It's tough, man.
Have you guys seen the Darnold deep ball though? It's not nowhere near.
They don't want to see San Fran on the field again. Okay.
I know.
G-Stack, while we have some time to fill here.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Snowflake the Dolphin?
He's a very nothing mascot.
No.
Like, I'm also an Orlando Magic fan. Stuff the Magic Dragon, legendary mascot.
Yeah.
Does fucking flips, trampoline, you name.
Yep.
The Dolphin does nothing. He doesn't even do the funny thing, where the mascot's under the field goal post and they miss.
Yeah.
Making. He's like, oh, he doesn't even do that. I don't know what the fuck he does.
Yeah. Dolphins, no good. And now they're not using timeouts. They just use the timeout for no reason on first down. They're trying to hurt Lamar Jackson's
knee
bid here, but because they can get negative rushing yards with the kneels. All right, G-Stack. I got your back on Wednesday, man. Don't worry. I'll let the people know. I'll remind them that you went 4-0 on the leans. You almost fucked us on this total tonight, but we got it. And you lost another best bet that almost never had a chance to win. I will remind the people of that.
Can you just mention the yards per play, all right? Because
game. I'm not going to do. I only have so much time. I'm not going to. This is not an in defense of George episode, but I will state this. I'll spit the facts.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, bud.
Merry Christmas to you too, man. Merry Christmas to the Nails, man. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
And that's Nails with an S at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately. Merry Christmas, Jason.
All right. G-Stack George, everyone.
Bye, George.
What a stream tonight. What a stream. Thank you very much to everyone who joined in. You know what? I don't even know when our next stream is. I'm just going to try to pull this up really quickly. Let's see if Moretto has done his job and updated the calendar that I've reminded him to update about 69 million times. Okay, we are doing a watch along on Thursday night. So we got the Thursday night game. Oh my God, it's the Browns and the Jets. My God, why have you forsaken me? Thursday night, Browns, Jets. That's it. Because, or am I doing Saturday? Wow, have I commit? I see Saturday in the calendar as well. Cowboys, Lions. My God, what a game! What a game! Big Wong teaser spot. Flacco revenge game. All the narratives are there. We'll find some bets. Maybe some more long shot winners. Who knows? Thank you, Ronnie Bell. Thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight. On the way out the door, make sure you smash that like button. If you're in Canada, make sure you check out Pinnacle Sportsbook. Highly recommend. I don't just say that because they pay to sponsor us. I say that because I bet there for a long time, and they're a damn good book. Low margins. They treat you really well. Easy to get money in and out. Check out Pinnacle in Canada. I'm back here Thursday night for the live watch along. I'm back here Wednesday afternoon. Best bet show. I told George I'll stick up for him, which I will do. But I will have to remind the people that he did lose his bet. I believe as well. No, that's it. That's what we got going on this week. Friday, prop show as well. Hopefully finish Saturday, but getting this guy on for a stream is nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. If you're new here, you enjoyed the stream, hit that sub button below. Other than that, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you enjoy the time off of work. Hopefully you had some winning bets today. Hopefully I helped you out in some capacity. Get to the window with some picks tonight. That's it for me, Rob Pizzola. For our guest tonight, Sully, Aiden O'Sullivan, Kirk Evans, G-Stack George, my producer, Jason Cooper. This has been another live watch along right here on Forward Progress, presented by Pinnacle Sportsbook. Enjoy your evening, everyone, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday afternoon.